On, guys? How you all doing? All right. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. I hope you're all having yourselves a very fantastic Wednesday night. We got a lot of people on here, which is always awesome. It's always awesome when we can just kick it back and we can just talk some 76ers basketball, and we got a nice little crowd with us. And yeah, that is always a very great feeling. Sixers take on the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. The Sixers are 18-8. They are 10-4 at home. This Minnesota Timberwolves team, though, they're 20-5. They are first in the Western Conference. They're 9-4 on the road. This is going to be a tough matchup for the Sixers, and tonight is a really big game because the national media, say what you want over the last 5 games, the 76ers, before the Bulls game, they were really taking care of these bottom feeder opponents, and they were just outscoring them by a very large margin. And now tonight is a very big test, and over these next couple of games, this is a very big test for the Sixers too, because they need to show the rest of the NBA world that they should be one of the top, if not one of the best contenders in the Eastern Conference. And if Joel Embiid does not have a good night tonight, there's going to be a lot of critiques from the national media, and he's going to have to step up. Karl Anthony Towns has been somebody who's been really dominant, especially at the center position. Rudy Gobert is known as the defensive stopper, so you might see a little bit of action between him and Embiid. So they got bodies on this team. Mike Conley's a very good facilitator, and of course Anthony Edwards, he's been going off this entire season, so don't sleep on him as well. Mike's here, Denbrew, Katie, and everybody else. The gang is all here. We love it. And Larry, of course, you as well, my guy. My guy. All right, so tip-off will just begin in a few moments as Anthony Edwards and Tyrese Maxey are going to be going at it against each other. So no Robert Covington tonight, and no Nick Batum either. They are both out with an illness. Actually, Batum has a calf injury. But here we go, starting lineups for both teams. So for the Timberwolves, it'll be Jaden McDaniels, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, and Mike Conley. And for the Sixers, they will have Kelly Oubre Jr., Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, DeAnthony Melton, and Tyrese Maxey. So again, for the Sixers, they got Maxey and Melton in the backcourt. They got Harris and Oubre Jr. at the forwards, and Embiid is at the center position. And for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it'll be Conley and Edwards at the guards, McDaniels and Towns at the forward position, and of course Rudy Gobert at the center. Sixers have to do a good job today at guarding the perimeter and making sure that they out-rebound this team, because Minnesota, coming into today, they've done a pretty good job with just rebounding the basketball. And the Sixers, even though they're without 2 of their really good defensive wings and guys that can catch and shoot the three, they have to do a good job on the glass, especially tonight. So, tip-off just about ready to get underway. Rudy Gobert will be going up against Joel Embiid, 2 7-foot big men. Of course, Rudy Gobert used to play for the Utah Jazz and had a very good career with them. All right, so tip-off underway. And it'll go to Minnesota. So Anthony Edwards has it. The Timberwolves are going from left to right, and the Sixers will be going from right to left. Conley with a bounce pass inside to Anthony Towns. He'll find Rudy Gobert trying to backdoor his way to the rim. It's blocked and stopped by Embiid, and there's a loose ball foul called on Rudy Gobert. As soon as the rebound was made by the Sixers, Gobert just fouled Embiid. So, again, it's McDaniels, Gobert, Towns, Conley, and Edwards for Minnesota. And the Sixers have Harris, Embiid, Maxey, Oubre Jr., and Melton. Got to see a big game tonight from Tobias Harris. He only had 3 shot attempts in the last game, and that was against the Bulls on Monday night. Melton trying to knife his way into the lane, and he'll kick it back out for a wide-open 3, and that's off the mark. He actually tried to pass it to Harris, and then he just took it out to the corner, the far corner, all by himself. Towns trying to answer back with a strong 2, and it's just a little bit too strong. So both teams can't buy a bucket in the first minute of this game. Embiid with a pass all the way to Maxey, and it goes into the backcourt. And regardless, it's a backcourt violation called as it goes out of bounds. So it would have been a backcourt violation anyways, and that was a bad pass by Joel. So some sloppy basketball, and Minnesota will inbound it from the far sideline in their own territory. We are a 1 minute underway. Anthony Towns inbounds it to Mike Conley. So Conley, the veteran who played for the Jazz and also the Memphis Grizzlies. It's been around for a while. Anthony Edwards at the top of the key trying to spin around two defenders, and he'll go up with a fadeaway jumper. Too strong. Anthony Towns with the offensive rebound, tries to put it back up, and Tobias Harris comes up with his miss. Sixers dodged a bullet there. Harris going to the foul line, goes into the lane, and it's just a little bit off the mark. Man, Tobias Harris just cannot finish, and he's been having a hard time at doing that at the rim. Anthony Edwards back to Anthony Towns with an elbow jumper. It goes in and out. A double rim, if you will. Neither team can buy a bucket. And, well, the Sixers have to try to be dominant. Embiid spinning, fading, going up with a two, and he gets called for a charge. Oh, my gosh. Rudy Gobert was all on him. And Gobert, I didn't think had his feet set in the lane. I was thinking maybe they were going to call it travel. But, oh, man. I guess it could have. That's a little ticky-tack call. He did elbow him in the back head, so just a little bit. So that's the second turnover by Philadelphia. McDaniels on the other end trying to take on Joel Embiid on the near wing for three. He doesn't take the three. He finds Gobert. Gobert back to McDaniels for a three, and that goes in. It's 3-0 Minnesota in the span of 2 minutes. Jaden McDaniels, the former 76er from last year, they got him at the trade deadline. Melton trying to work around the screen set by Embiid. He goes over towards the left. Embiid has it. He'll bounce past it all the way to Maxey. Maxey going inside the lane. Goes up with a low two. And good contest by Jaden McDaniels as Maxey could not get it off. Edwards comes up with the rebound. On the other end, he's at the foul line. Goes up with a spin-away, fadeaway jumper. Oh, my goodness, what a shot by Edwards as he kissed it off the backboard. Great defense by the Sixers. And a foul was called, too. That's just phenomenal IQ. Anthony Edwards was being guarded by DeAnthony Melton. Oubre Jr. reached in, and he just put up his right hand and tried to just shoot it off the backboard, and it went in. I mean, that's not an easy thing, but that's one of the reasons why Ant-Man is one of the best guards in the league. 5-0 run by Minnesota, and Edwards capitalizes on the three-point opportunity. It's a 6-0 run by Minnesota, who's 20-5 on the season, and the Sixers are 18-8. Harris trying to go into the lane, and his runner's a little too strong. McDaniels trying to go coast to coast, kicks it out to Conley for a wide-open three on the near corner. The basketball gods say no. It's tipped by Melton, and it goes into the hands of Maxey. Maxey to Embiid, back to Maxey for three. Goes in and out again. Sixers just not being able to attack on the three-point perimeter. Edwards trying to take it all the way to the cup, and he answers back. Anthony Edwards going off so far, 5 points. He scored 5 of the 8 points by Minnesota so far. The Timberwolves are 3 for 9 from the field. Sixers are 0 for 5 as they've come out ice cold from the gates. Harris trying to find Embiid again on the low block. Embiid at the Liberty Bell tries to take it into the lane, and he's fouled. He is fouled as he just tried to take it to the cup with the right hand. Rudy Gobert is the one that commits the foul. So the Sixers, the last time that they played against the Timberwolves did win 112-99. That was on November 22nd, and that was back at the Target Center. Embiid at the foul line. He's averaging about 34.5 points per game and 11.8 rebounds. The first foul shot does go in. And, of course, Embiid leading the league in points per game. So they get the first point. Naz Reid will sub in for Rudy Gobert. Again, this team has a lot of size to them. And they're also very well coached as well. They do a very good job at just spreading the floor. And they have really good bodies out there along with Anthony Edwards. Second foul shot is good by Joel Embiid. And it's 8-2. All right, let's fix the scoreboard. I apologize about that. We'll do that actually after the break. 8:20 left in the first quarter. Reid for three. Naz Reid, that is. That's off the mark. Kelly Oubre Jr. comes away with a rebound, and the Sixers have it. Harris trying to find Embiid on the low block. Embiid trying to take his defender to Septa. Anthony Towns, the first time's no good. The second time, Anthony Towns gets called for the foul. That was a very late whistle. And just some physical basketball. But when it's just so easy to foul Joel, he was trying to go up with a little reverse layup. And the first time I thought he got fouled. The second time I didn't think he got fouled. So it ended up working out anyways. And he'll go back to the line for 2 more foul shots. Melton led the way in scoring the last time that the Sixers played in Minnesota. He had 16 points and was 9 for 9 from the line. And Anthony Edwards had 31 points. He shot 50% from the field and made all 4 of his foul shots. So Embiid goes back to the line. The first foul shot is good. And this is the cut, the deficit in half. The second foul shot is good too. So all 4 points have been scored by Joel Embiid at the foul line. 8:05 left in this first quarter. Sixers have not made a field goal just yet in the span of 4 minutes. Reed hands it off to Edwards. Edwards trying to hand it back off to Reed. It gets deflected and it goes out of bounds. It'll still be Timberwolves basketball. It'll still be T-Wolves basketball. Sixers may get shut out. Happy holidays, Sixers fans. Happy holidays to you too, Houston to Dave. I appreciate you so much for coming on here. Means a lot. Edwards does get the inbound. He's at the top of the key. He's being trapped. He has to pass it. He finds McDaniels. McDaniels being guarded by Melton. He'll find Reed on the near corner. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Reed with a fadeaway jumper. It almost went in. It was a little short, though, and Embiid there to just grab the board. Embiid at the foul line. What's he going to do? He's going to ISO. He puts up a 2 in the face of Reed, and that's not what you want to see. Joel Embiid did ISO a lot in the last game, apparently, and was taking a lot of shots, even though he hit a lot of them. Reed fades away, goes up with a triple again, and he airballs it, and it's saved by Conley. Nope, they're going to say it touches the out-of-bounds marker on the baseline. And the Sixers will get it back. 7:20 to go in quarter number 1. A low-scoring game so far, and very sloppy basketball. Embiid on a handoff to Oubre Jr. He steps back, fades away, pulls up for a 3, and finally something goes in. A good screen set by Embiid, and the Sixers are answering back. They're on a 7-2 run. So Embiid has scored and assisted on all 7 points so far. Naz Reid trying to take it to the lane. That was actually Jaden McDaniels, and Kelly Oubre Jr. gets called for the foul. He actually lost his left shoe, had to put it back on, and it is going to be a shooting foul. And we have a timeout called, so we'll be right back in just a few moments as the Sixers are down by 1. All right, let's switch. Let's update the scoreboard. Let's do all that jazz. Let's get that stuff done now. There we go. All right. We'll refresh this. That's better. What's up, Jiva Newts? How you doing? What is up, my guy? Thanks for coming on here. Appreciate it. All right. So there we go. All right, that's better. And now I got to update my scoreboard on here, which is what I'm going to do right now. If you guys are new to the channel, smite the like. Hit the thumbs up button and turn on those notification bell icons. The name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We are live for Sixers basketball, Eagles football, and Phillies baseball. My Wednesday's going pretty good, Den Brew. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for asking. I did want to make an announcement, guys. So if you did not see, I posted in my community tab a couple hours ago, and I wanted to let you guys know that I was really ashamed with how we ended up performing on Monday night. I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about like my overall performance. And so I realized that I need to start focusing. If I really want to focus on getting better at calling football, I need to actually focus more on that. So we're not going to be doing hockey. We're not going to be doing the Flyers until the football season is done. I know that they're playing really well. But now's the time for football where I really just want to try to make sure that I'm mastering that, and then I'm trying to get as much reps as possible. So we've been playing a little bit of Madden. We've been learning about some play calls, and we're really trying to get familiar with the Giants roster and just trying to take the studying more seriously. So, and you guys deserve better. You know, you guys don't deserve something that's half-assed. You guys deserve to have a very good product out there because you're paying your time. So I just wanted to let you know about that in case you did not see it. That's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing Sixers games and Eagles games until the Eagles season is done. And then we'll start focusing more on the Flyers because it's a lot to focus on. So the other thing I wanted to announce, too, is that on Saturday, my boy Jiva Newts and I, we're going to be going live for a 6-hour Christmas Eve. Well, it's not Christmas Eve. I'm sorry. A 6-hour stream on Saturday. So we're going to be playing some Wii Sports. And we're going to be live for about 6 hours, and that'll be really nice. And we're going to be meeting up in person, and I'm going to be playing some Mario Baseball with him and some Mario Tennis and other sports. And you guys can just come, kick it back, and hang out with us. So that'll be really cool. That was the other thing I wanted to let you guys know. But my Wednesday's going good, guys. Hopefully you're all having yourselves a very good Wednesday. I can't wait a bit till Saturday. And me too, man. I'm very excited. Oh, since the heart emoji. That's beautiful. I love you guys too, man. You know, I want to make sure that I go out there and I give you my best stuff because that's what you all deserve. 8-7 is the score. The Minnesota Timberwolves have the lead, and Anthony Towns comes away with it, and he puts up a 2, and that's good. So he tried to get it into the lane. The ball was inbounded in Minnesota territory, and he just went up with a little runner, and the Sixers could not defend it. 10-7 is the score. Oubre Jr. steps back, tries to find Embiid. A bounce pass to Joel. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He's on the far wing. Tries to take on Anthony Towns. Goes up with a little runner and connects. Not an easy play by Joel. He took about 3 dribbles and just went with a high contested runner on the other end. McDaniels gets the lob pass inside. Embiid tried to go for the steal. And, well, he tried to go with the little interception, and McDaniels was just left wide open, so that was unlucky for the Sixers. Melton trying to find Embiid on the low block. It gets deflected off of Embiid. Back to Melton. Melton to Harris. Now back to Embiid. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Harris backdoor cut to the basket. Finds Maxey. Maxey back to Harris. Harris goes up with a low floater, and that's good. He passed it to Maxey. It was being passive, but then Maxey found him back, and Harris was aggressive and took the 2, and the Sixers are down by 1. 12-11. 5:45 left to go in the first quarter. Karl Anthony Towns has it at the top of the key, trying to take on Tobias Harris. There's a big mismatch there. Naz Reid tries to take it into the lane over Embiid, and Joel comes up with a block. The Minnesota Timberwolves have it back, though. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Towns' prayer. It's up. No good. Joel Embiid comes away with the rebound, and how about the defensive prowess by the big man? Embiid on the other end at the foul line extended. 5:15 left. He finds Maxey for a triple, and he knocks it down. The Sixers are going on a run as they now lead it by 2. Embiid with the dish and Maxey with the triple. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Naz Reid all out of sorts as he tried to hand it off to Edwards Jr., and it goes out of bounds. Anthony Edwards could not hold on to it, and the Sixers get the ball back. That's what happens when you start playing really good defense. So that was the second 3 hit by the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey's 3 that just happened. But Joel Embiid's defense led to that 3-pointer. Maxey hands it off to Melton. Melton back to Embiid at the top of the perimeter. He'll hand it back off to Maxey. Maxey thought about firing the trigger as he got a screen by Embiid. Maxey gets the ball loose and it's stolen away by McDaniels. McDaniels tries to go up with a 2 count, the bucket, and a foul. Tyrese Maxey not doing a good job at playing offense, as he just lost his handles and actually collided with one of the camera operators when he got back on the defensive side, and his foot was stuck on a little pedestal, but he got right out of it. And, well, you can't foul on the other end. Sometimes you just got to let that go, young fella. 3 ball for Tyrese Maxey. Yes, sir. So it's 14-14. Maxey comes out, and subbing in will be Daniel House Jr. So the Sixers, as McDaniels is able to hit the foul shot, we're riding the seesaw. It's 15-14. Melton going into the lane, dribbling into traffic, and a foul is called on Naz Reid. Marcus Morris Sr. and Patrick Beverley will also step in for the Sixers. So out there on the court, it's Embiid, Melton, Morris Sr., House Jr., and Beverley. So Harris takes a seat, Oubre Jr. takes a seat, and Maxey takes a seat too. It's McDaniels, Towns, Edwards, Kyle Anderson, and Naz Reid all out there for the Minnesota Timberwolves. First foul shot by DeAnthony Melton is good, and it's a tie game. We're tied 15-15. Melton made all 9 of his foul shots the last time he faced the Timberwolves. And he makes that foul shot, too, to put the Sixers up by 1. Sixers in their regular home uniforms with the little City Edition sign, and the Timberwolves, of course, in their white and blue uniforms. Edwards is trapped. He finds Reid. Reid one more to McDaniels for a wide-open triple. It's off the mark, and it bounces off the front side of the basket. Melton comes away with the rebound. He'll find Embiid. Embiid back to Melton inside the lane. Melton tries to dribble around the timeline. He finds Marcus Morris Sr. on the far wing. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. He'll find Embiid. Joel Embiid being double-teamed, puts up a prayer, and it's no good. He wanted the foul call, and he has to get back on defense. Karl-Anthony Towns with his miss. McDaniels trying to go up against the trees. Embiid can't get there, and Anthony Towns with the putback. That's up and good. We talked about it before. You got to make sure that you box out the trees and Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. They are very, very tall. 17-16, 3.5 minutes left to go. Sixers have the basketball. Melton hands it off to House Jr., and we have an illegal screen called against Melton. Oh, boy, another 76ers turnover, and that was costly. House Jr. tried to take the 3, and he just... this wouldn't have counted anyways. I'm with you, man. I am so with you. I hate when guys foul a player who's already at the basket. Yep, that's just a waste. At that time, you just got to let him shoot. Sixers with 4 turnovers in the first quarter so far. Minnesota with just 1. Anderson trying to find Naz Reid, cut into the basket, and he'll lose it out of bounds over towards the near baseline, and the Sixers will get the ball back. The Sixers actually did a good job at covering him. Reid thought he was fouled. Naz Reid, that is. Paul Reed has not stepped in for the Sixers just yet. Melton hands it off to House Jr. House Jr. with another handoff to Beverley. Beverley almost lost his dribble, takes a wide-open triple, and it's just a little short. Clanks off the front of the rim. Minnesota with the rebound. Edwards being double-teamed by Beverley and Embiid. He'll find Reid. Reid will swing it all the way outside of McDaniels. McDaniels tapes it right to the baseline and connects with a floater. So Jaden McDaniels so far in this ball game just doing a really good job at just attacking. 19-16 is the score, and we have a foul called on the other end as the Sixers are fouled there. Nickel Alexander Walker, was the one that made the 2-foot runner, but we have a timeout called by Minnesota. So the foul was called on Karl-Anthony Towns. And, well, the Sixers will shoot some more free throws when we return. What's up, Neon? How you doing, my guy? Thanks so much for coming on here. Jiva Newts, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate you for popping on in. And, guys, tune in on Saturday. We're doing a 6-hour stream, and that should be a lot of fun. So Rudy Gobert has 2 fouls so far, and Karl-Anthony Towns has 2 as well. So for the Sixers, that's actually a good thing. So you're going to want to make sure that you do everything in your willpower to just try to get them to bite. That would be a very smart strategy. It is 7:31 p.m. Eastern Time, and the Sixers trail 19-16. It was an 8-0 run to start off the quarter by Minnesota. Embiid would then answer back with 4 foul shots. And then Kelly Oubre Jr. hit a 3. And then the Sixers would go on a little run. And now we're just riding the seesaw. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe and turn on those notification bell icons. And that way you'll know when I go live. I hope you're all doing well. And we'll take a minute to just catch our breaths and just take a sip of water. Cheers. L'chaim. So Anthony Edwards this season averaging about 24.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, and 5 assists as well. The 24.5 points per game, that is actually 17th in the league. Of course, he was the first overall pick in the 2020 draft, which was the same draft that Tyrese Maxey was taken in. Went to Georgia and has really been a stud ever since he came out of college. He's just 22 years old. He'll be 23 next year on August 5th. So Nick Batum out with a right hamstring. He's out indefinitely for the Sixers, and Robert Covington out with a little illness. I need Cat to get 20 points tonight, says E. Pluribus. I'll just call you E. Pluribus. You have a long name, my guy. But thanks for coming on here. Appreciate it. We have Cleveland taking on Utah. It's 29-20 in Cleveland at Quicken Loans Arena with 1:05 left in the first quarter. The Indiana Pacers, they lead it by 7. They had a big loss against the Clippers the last time that they played. It's 29-22 with 1:13 to go in the first quarter. And the Miami Heat, they lead it 23-19 in Orlando. The Orlando Magic, they've been playing really well this season and have been one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. So they've been playing very good basketball. Embiid will go to the line to shoot 2 foul shots. As we're out of the timeout, the Sixers are also in the bonus, so that is good news. 2:45 left in the first quarter. And Embiid, as he makes that foul shot, he's 5 for 5 from the line in this first quarter. I was talking to DJ Eastwood the other day. Shout out to my boy DJ. We were talking about how dominant Joel is and how, with as dominant as he is, and with the fact that he's just able to make all his foul shots and he's shooting over 87% from the line, and as you know, that's just absolutely remarkable. And he makes another foul shot there. It's now 19-18. 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Kyle Anderson with a dribble handoff to Naz Reid. He'll hand it back off to Edwards. Edwards being guarded by Embiid. Anderson back to Reid. Reid trying to take on Joel. A backdoor cut to the basket, and it goes out of bounds. So Nickel Alexander-Walker tried to provide a little backdoor cut, but the pass by Naz Reid was too wide. Let's see if the Sixers can make them pay. Beverly has it. He's in the backcourt. Does not get a backcourt violation called against him. And he'll bounce pass it to DeAnthony Melton. Melton working over towards his right side. And he'll find Beverly. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid trying to take on Naz Reid. Over for 3. With a hand in his face, he puts it up too strong. Beverly comes away with the rebound, but it's stolen away by Kyle Anderson. Anderson with an alley-oop pass. It's blocked by Embiid. He tried to lob it to Anthony Edwards. Melton to Beverly for a triple, and he connects. Joel Embiid stopping the alley-oop pass and just able to provide great defense, leading the easy offense for the Sixers. Anderson trying to go with a little runner, and that's no good. 4-on-5 basketball. Embiid on the other end. Melton trying to dribble into traffic, and he tries to provide a little Euro step and gets the bucket to go with a right-handed underscoop layup. 23-19, a 7-0 run by Philadelphia, and there's 1:20 left in the first quarter. Anderson back to Reid. Reid tries to kick it out, and it's stolen away and intercepted by Marcus Morris Sr. Nickel Alexander-Walker could not hang on to it. Morris Sr. has it. Thinks about isoing. He'll hand it off to Embiid at the top of the perimeter. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid going to his right side. Has to pass it out. Finds Morris Sr. for a wide open triple. Yes! Oh, yes, baby! 26 points, and Morris Sr. knocks down his first 3 of the game. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Alexander-Walker hands it off to Naz Reid. Now he's standing at the Toyota sign. Nickel Alexander-Walker, that is. He wants to ISO on Daniel House Jr. He tries to kick it out to Edwards for a wide-open triple, and he connects as he fades away. That is what Anthony Edwards does. He's a three-point specialist that just can shoot from anywhere. Melton with the basketball. 34 seconds to go in the first quarter. He'll hand it off to Embiid. Embiid does get fouled by Naz Reid, and we'll have some more free throws. We will have some more free throws as Joel will go back to the line for some more foul shots. But how about the big man just stopping an alley-oop pass and just providing a great offensive spurt by Patrick Beverly? That's what he does. He can play on both ends of the court. He'll go to the line for two. First foul shot is good as gold by the big man, Joel Embiid. He had a phenomenal game. His last time that he played and has been playing like an MVP in this league. 9 points. He's 7 for 7 from the line as he's dripping with a lot of sweat. Second foul shot by Joel. He's 10 for 10. 28 points by the Sixers. They lead it by 2 possessions. Embiid has made all 10 of the Sixers' foul shots. Edwards being guarded by Patrick Beverley as he stands at the logo. Edwards having a staring contest now. They'll switch up the defender. Melton's on him. 15 seconds left to go. 5 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Edwards on the near wing. Tries to go up with a shot, and he's fouled. He is fouled. Marcus Morris Sr. complaining as DeAnthony Melton is the one that's guilty for committing the foul. And with 10.4 seconds left in the first quarter, the shot clock is now unplugged. Sixers trying to play good defense, but Edwards is just so good at just drawing defenders on him and causing them to reach in. That's just what he does. And he'll go to the line for a couple of foul shots. Edwards, over his last 2 games, he has scored a total of 69 points. He put up 32 against Miami and 37 against Indiana. And has also shot really well from 3. He actually struggled in the last game from 3. He was 2 for 9, but the game before that, in Indiana, he was 7 for 10 from downtown. First foul shot's good by Anthony Edwards. Tyrese Maxey will step back in for the Sixers. Edwards shooting 85.5% from the line. And he drains the second one, too. 10.4 seconds to go. Shot clock unplugged. Maxey gets the inbound as he's being guarded by Alexander Walker. He's at the logo, gets past the half-court side, goes over toward the right, rolling Embiid to the rim. 1 second left to go, and Embiid wanted the foul call. And let's see if he's going to get it. I don't think he will. Embiid wanted the foul call. That's going to do it. Embiid tried to get a shot off, and I believe he was fouled. But with 28 points, the Sixers are up by 4. They got off to a very slow start. And, well, they've been answering the bell ever since the halfway point of the first quarter. And we go into quarter number 2 as they lead it by 4. All right. Let's go. 76ers finish this game and a winner. It's a good call, man. This is really good. Good stuff. All right, who else is here? Who else do we have here tonight? If you are new, make sure you comment who you are down below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Nice bounce back from the slow start. Absolutely. Absolutely, Denver. I 1,000% agree with you. Who's Liam Higgins? I got a new follow on Instagram. But that's really cool. I don't know who Liam Higgins is, but shout out to Liam. Shout out to Liam. Just followed us on the gram. Slow start, fast finish to the first quarter. I still can't believe Joel Embiid stopped that alley-oop pass. That is just incredible. So an alley-oop, of course, for those of you. I also want to try to explain this to some of you that don't know the game. An alley-oop is when one person tries to make a really good pass and then the other person who's supposed to be the intended receiver is up in the air trying to throw down a dunk and catch the pass first and then throw down the dunk. That's what an alley-oop is. So I hope that makes sense. It's like when a quarterback throws it to a wide receiver, but the receiver is just in midair, makes the catch, and then just throws it down and goes down with the jam. Oh, boy. 7:41 p.m. Eastern Time. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment your final score predictions down below. I forgot to do that, but I would love to hear what your final score predictions are. And, yeah, I'm going to say that the Sixers win 110-106. I think it's going to be a very, very close game. It'll come down to the wire. And, again, the Sixers really have to win this game. I love the physicality that Joel Embiid is playing with so far. He's definitely putting defenders on skates and making them foul him. And the critique has always been that Joel Embiid gets a lot of foul calls, but it's just because he makes them. He makes a lot of them. William Purdy. Did you just change your last name for Brock Purdy? Or are you new to the channel? Is Will McKay, is that you? Is that you, Will McKay? All right, so the Sixers will get the inbound as the Timberwolves actually won the tip-off, so the Sixers will get the ball to start off the second quarter and the third quarter. Beverly Reed, Paul Reed that is, Marcus Morris Sr., Tobias Harris, and Tyrese Maxey all out there for the Sixers. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Beverly at the top of the key being guarded by Alexander Walker. Goes over to his right side. Reed with a little jumper. It's up, and it doesn't even hit the rim. No shot clock violation was called. It actually may have hit the front of the rim. So it's a rebound by Nickel Alexander Walker and the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker got to see him play in the G League, and he played for the New Orleans Pelicans. There's a three-point shot that's way off the mark by Troy Brown Jr., as he missed it from 26 feet. Harris got the rebound. Maxey with a little finger roll finish on the other side. He's fouled. He does not get the right-handed floater finger roll to go. And Jaden McDaniels is the one that is guilty for committing the foul. There's William McKay. There he is. What's up, Will Purdy? So William Purdy is new to our channel. Cool. Very, very cool. 119-113 Sixers. Okay. Mike Boyd is here. What's up, Mike? I haven't seen you on a bit, man. Sixers win 112-108, says Larry. Okay. 29-24. Maxey will go to the charity stripe as he takes 3 dribbles. And the foul shot is good. He actually made the first one, and he made the second one as well. So the first 2 points to start off this second quarter are free throws by Tyrese Maxey. 30-24. Conley with a drop-off pass inside. It's intercepted by Tobias Harris. He tried to find Rudy Gobert, and Tobias Harris did a good job at recognizing that. Harris at the top of the key as he gets the pass from Maxey. Takes a couple steps, goes into the lane, goes up with a low runner. Count the bucket and a foul! Tyrese Maxey gives him a little slap on the back as well, rewarding him for his assertiveness. A guy that put up 3 shot attempts in the last game, so far being pretty aggressive. And man, when the ball was finding the rim for him, that is a very good sign. And that's what you want to see from one of your guys that you paid a lot of money for. 32-24. And Karl Anthony Towns steps back in for Nickel Alexander Walker. So Harris averaging 16 points per game this season, 6 boards, and less than 3 assists as well. He'll try to convert on the 3-point opportunity as he puts it up, and it's nothing but net. Sixers lead it by 9, 33-24, as they're going from right to left, and the Timberwolves are going from left to right. Anthony Towns trying to get it. Oh, no, just handed off to Conley. Conley back to another teammate. And Anthony Towns has it on the far quarter, trying to box down his defender, Tobias Harris. There's a big mismatch there. A sky hook by Towns, and he's fouled by Toby. Tobias Harris gets called for the shooting foul. And I believe we will have some foul shots. Yes, we will, by Cats. That's what they call him, Karl Anthony Towns. So Paul Reed also got a defensive 3-second violation called on him. That's what the whistle was. So we'll have a free throw shot by Anthony Towns, and he missed it. So the Timberwolves will still keep the ball. No foul called on Tobias Harris. It's 33-24. Timberwolves inbounded from the far sideline. Conley all the way to Karl Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns goes rolling to the basket. Lots of physicality. He makes it, but the whistles do remain silent. Harris not wasting any time. He's at the foul line. Kicks it out to Reed. Reed was wide open for a 3 if he wanted to take it. He'll hand it back off to Maxey. Maxey backs up all the way to the logo. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Maxey takes it to the foul line. Goes up with a foul line jumper. No good. Marcus Morris Sr. tips it into the hands of a defender as it goes into Minnesota territory. Maxey tries to strip it on the other end. He comes up with the interception. A bad pass delivered by Minnesota. Troy Brown Jr. with the turnover. Maxey goes running into the lane and gets the finger roll finish to go. as Tyrese Maxey comes up large again. Beverly rewarded him for his defense. 35-26, 9.5 minutes left to go. There's a runner that goes up by Mike Conley, and he's fouled again by the Sixers. So Tyrese Maxey so far doing a very good job at being aggressive, as he's been doing a pretty good job in that department tonight. What the heck is going on? There we go. All right, that's better. Hello, Snowman. How you doing? Lord Frey's here. How you doing? Hey, my guy, pace yourself. We need you. Pace myself or brace myself. I got a lot of energy tonight, so I'm all good. I'm all good, man. I'm all good. All right, so the foul shots are good by Conley. And it's 35-28. Sixers up by 7. Tyrese Maxey at the logo as he gets past half court. He'll try to hand it off, and he'll pull up for 3, and he knocks it down. Thought he was maybe going to hand it off to a teammate, but decided to take the 3 his way. 38-28. 9:10 left in the second quarter. So Maxey and the Sixers are 5 for 9 from 3. There's a foul called as Karl Anthony Towns will go back to the line to shoot 2 more foul shots. And, well, the Sixers were able to get their big guys to foul Joel Embiid. Minnesota's big guys to foul him. And now Karl Anthony Towns is just having his way so far in the second quarter. Shake Milton steps in for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He was a guy that was with the Sixers for a long time. First foul shot by Anthony Towns is good as gold. So it's back to a 9-point lead. 9:07 left in the first half. The opening half, that is. There it is. Second foul shot by Karl Anthony Towns is also good too. Seeing Shake Milton on the other side makes me sick. It's crazy how he was with us for so long. Tyrese Maxey with a drop-off pass inside to Paul Reed. Reed trying to roll to the basket as he lost the basketball. And Rudy Gobert plays really good defense. Butterfingers by Paul Reed as it just slipped out of his hand. And Rudy Gobert just contested it and made him try to get the ball out of bounds. Kelly Oubre Jr. will sub back in for Marcus Morris Sr. Paul Reed still back out there. Leading the way for the Sixers in this unit is Maxey with 10 points. Anthony Towns gets double-teamed, and the ball is battered around and intercepted by Kelly Oubre Jr. Could not pass it out of the double-team. Oubre Jr. almost threw it into trouble. Maxey's runner is up, and that's in. Well, he was trying to find Paul Reed. Anthony Towns was right there and just deflected it, and Tyrese Maxey, just there at the right time, was right inside the foul line and just went up with a right-handed runner and got it to go. 40-30. Rudy Gobert with a handoff to McDaniels. McDaniels standing at the foul line. Bounce pass inside. Paul Reed gets a little strip and goes out of bounds towards the near baseline, and it'll still be Minnesota basketball. It'll still be Minnesota basketball. Sixers lead it by 10 with 8:12 left to go in the first quarter. So lots of physicality between both of these teams. The Sixers are on a 12-6 run to start off quarter number 2. And we have a shot as we had a very late pan back to the basket. And I believe a foul is called on Tobias Harris. And Karl Anthony Towns, as soon as he got the inbound, he took a shot. And more free throws, I believe, will be shot by Katz. Hit the like. Hit that like button, yo. Who is Shake Milton? Well, Shake Milton is on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns pulls up for 3 and connects on the far wing right off the pass. As soon as the ball was inbounded, he just drained that three-point shot. Sorry, we just threw that back into the fire. Maxey finds Harris. Harris thought about catching and shooting. Now he'll try to take on Karl Anthony Towns. Stops his dribble. Has to pass it outside to Maxey. Maxey lets it fly for 3. Too strong again. Harris is there for the rebound. He'll find Oubre Jr. for a far wing 3. That's no good either. Sixers cannot buy a bucket on that possession. It's 40-33. The Timberwolves come away with the board. Conley with an alley-oop pass inside, and it's denied by Daniel House Jr. as he swats it away like it's a fly. 7:29 to go. House Jr. did get called for the personal foul as he just hit his right knee on Rudy Gobert's right side, right next to his right butt cheek. What do they call it? The gluteus maximus? That's like a really good, that's a very fancy way of wording it. 7:29 to go in the second quarter, and Paul Reed will sub out as Joel Embiid comes back in. The inbound goes to Nickel Alexander-Walker, who goes up with a fadeaway, and that's good. And count the bucket, too. That was actually Jaden McDaniels. I beg your pardon. Let's see if the shot does count, though. They say it's 40-33. The Timberwolves are also in the bonus, and we're just not even 5 minutes done this fourth quarter. That's not a good look for the Sixers. They've been fouling so much. So they won't count the bucket. I don't even know if he made it, but McDaniels will regardless go to the line for 2 foul shots. Anthony Edwards will step back in as Mike Conley will take a very quick seat. First foul shot's good by McDaniels. Embiid with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 dimes, and he's 1 for 6 from the field. The second foul shot is good as well. That is also good. 40-35, 7:18 to go in quarter number 2. Maxey bounce passes it to Tobias Harris. Harris at the top of the key, dribbles towards his left, catches, shoots, fires the 3, and that goes in and out. Another rebound by Minnesota. They've been very active on the glass. Towns with 7 rebounds. Gobert with just 2, though. McDaniels, his runner, is up and in. How about Jaden McDaniels already with 10 points? He's 3 for 5 from the field. Actually make it a dozen points because that bucket went in. So he's doing a good job against his former team. 40-37, Embiid with a foul line jumper. And it's almost automatic every time he puts it up because it just goes in. You can pretty much bank on it to go in, as he is really clutch from that spot. Edwards trying to knife his way into the lane, and he gets the right-handed floater to the go. That was not easy. I mean, it just makes it look so easy because his ball movement and his ball handles are just absolutely sickening in a good way. Maxey off the screen by Embiid, goes into the lane, goes up with the right hand, no good, and Daniel House Jr. can't grab the rebound. McDaniels with the long board. He goes up with a 2. Embiid tries to block it, and McDaniels puts it in over Joel. Jaden McDaniels has scored 6 of the last Timberwolves points. Embiid is down on one knee over towards the Timberwolves baseline, and a timeout is called by Philadelphia. It's 42-41 Sixers with 5:59 to go in quarter number 2. Hit that like button so it do it for the Sixers. We need this win. Absolutely. I see you took anatomy and physiology seriously. Me? Did I? I need a Philly guy to keep me on the lesser-known names so I can make better bets. Philly is so good without Harden. I'll take Maxey for sure, 20 every night over an iffy 40 James Harden all day. Well, I wish you good luck with your bets, my guy. I really do. We are on here almost every single day talking about the Sixers. We also talk Phillies, and we also do Eagles on here as well. So, in case you did miss it, I did make an announcement before, and I posted it in my community tab. But for now, until the end of the football season, because I had a very terrible call on Monday, I will be putting off calling Flyers games until the end of the football season because I really want to make sure I give you guys the best play-by-play call that I can with all the football games that we have coming up. So we had Jalen McDaniels last season, not Jaden McDaniels. They're brothers. Oh, yes, you're right. Did I say Jay? Oh, man. I can't make that mistake. I can't do that. But I know Tom McGinnis has done that too some of the times, but he has somebody that corrects him. But still, it's not what I should be doing. Thanks for correcting me, though, DFJ. I do appreciate that. Santa Claus. What's up, Santa? How you doing, Santa? Hi, JJ. You excited for Christmas? I feel like it's one of my friends that's just trolling with me. I love it. I love it. Santa Claus is in the chat, guys. Ask for some presents if you're nice, not naughty. Santa, you should come on for our Christmas Day games. We got the Eagles and the Giants at 4:30 on Christmas Day, and then right after that we got Sixers and Heat. So 2 very intense games that are going to be going on. Both in Philadelphia, I believe. No, actually I'm wrong. I'm wrong. That is not correct. So Maxey averaging about 9 points in the second quarter. And, well, he's reached his average, which is 3rd in the NBA. Fun fact if you did not know that. There's 1 second less than 6 minutes to go. That means that there's 5:59 left in the second quarter. Maxey has it. He'll bounce pass it to Kelly Oubre Jr. Oubre Jr. trying to find Embiid on the low block. Embiid tries to take it all the way to the rim and can't finish it. The pass was a little bit wide by Oubre Jr., and Embiid was a little bit off by it. He was a little bit caught off guard, if you will. Edwards on the other end trying to take it to the lane, kicks it back outside. And there's a runner that goes up. It's a little short. Gobert trying to fight for the rebound, and it goes all the way back outside to Shake Milton. Milton to Towns. Towns with a drop-off pass inside to Edwards. Edwards trying to posterize Embiid, and it's no good. Harris gets the rebound on the other end. He'll hand it off to Maxey. Maxey with a little runner. It's up. It gets the friendly bounce. Boy, oh boy, Anthony Edwards tried to pull down a right-handed sledgehammer over Joel Embiid, and Edwards thought he was fouled and was complaining to the refs. He was complaining to the refs and was not happy. He really wanted to just try to put the moves on Joel, and Embiid said, no, you can't do that. Maybe there was I didn't think that there was a foul call. I thought that Embiid had all ball. Nope, he didn't even hit the, no, Embiid didn't even hit his hand, nothing. Edwards just flat out missed it. Maxey's going to go to the line for a foul shot as Anthony Edwards gets a technical foul called on him. And, well, Maxey will still stay at the line, I believe, for 2 more foul shots. Let's see. Nonetheless, the Sixers will still have the possession. It's 45-41. I beg your pardon. The Timberwolves have it now. A little confused. But regardless, the Sixers, they got Maxey to hit the free throw. Edwards in the lane trying to pass it back outside to Shake Milton. Milton, with 5 seconds left on the shot clock, finds McDaniels for a wide-open triple. And Jaden McDaniels, as he was left for a 3, he now has 17 points and has been really going off tonight. And he's been red hot. Tyrese Maxey with a find to Embiid. Embiid being double-teamed at the foul line. Wants to ISO. Pulls up over Gobert. And he drains it. Joel Embiid acting like he's Kobe Bryant out there as he ISO'd over Rudy Gobert, one of the best defensive rim protectors in the NBA. There's another shot by McDaniels again as he kisses it off the window. And the banks are usually closed at this hour. But unfortunately for the Timberwolves, they get that one to go. 47-46, 21 points by Jaden McDaniels. He's now 8 for 10 from the field. We have a whistle on the other end, and a foul will be called. It will be against Minnesota. McDaniels in his last game had 10 points. The game before that he had 5. 11, 12, and 4. That's how many points he scored total over his last 5 games. And tonight, well, it's been an outlier for sure. Embiid gets the handoff off the pass by Maxey. Embiid tries to go into the lane, draws up the double team again, and Rudy Gobert bites, and another foul is called on him. They're actually going to say it was on Shake Milton. I thought that Gobert got the foul called on him. Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been his 3rd personal foul. 3:55 to go in the second quarter, and the Sixers only up by 1. Embiid's at the line. He has 14 points. He's just 3 for 9 from the field, has 4 boards, and 2 assists as well. First foul shot is good by Joel, And it's now 48-46. Sixers lead it by a deuce. Oh, thanks for coming on, Santa. Appreciate it. Gotta go eat some cookies. You gotta go, yeah. I thought you said you had to go buy some cookies. I was like, well, since when does Santa have to buy cookies? 48-46. Naz Reid steps back in for Rudy Gobert. And the second foul shot's good again by Joel. So he's just 12 for 12 from the line. That's not really surprising because that's just what he does. 16 points for the big man. He's actually 10 for 10 from the line. I beg your pardon. There's a three-point shot that goes in and out by McDaniels. He was left wide open, and he's finally human. Maxey with a dribble handoff to Embiid. Embiid at the foul line. Takes one jab step. Gets the double team called on him. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. He'll take another little jab step. He puts up a two, and it goes in again. Naz Reid, there's not much he can do, and Joel Embiid already putting on a clinic. 16 points with 3:23 to go, and a timeout called by Minnesota. Sixers lead it by 5, 51-46. Embiid didn't know what to do. He thought about just ISOing because nobody was wide open, and he just took his time. He held onto the basketball for 6 seconds, and he got a little jab step going against Naz Reid and put up a jumper from the foul line, all contested, and it was nothing but net for the big man. Man, oh man, what a game. Good game so far, man. This is a really good game so far. Comment your thoughts on this game down below, guys. Comment your thoughts on this game down below. RB just tweeted out, as bad of a half as it has been, Joel Embiid is doing good. I think it's been a good half for the Sixers, personally. They started off slow. They were a little bit out of a rhythm. They were like 0 for 4 from downtown, and they've been making their shots, and the ball movement has gotten a little bit better. You expected that with a very physical team like Minnesota, that they were just going to be so dominant at protecting the rim and guarding the paint. And, well, Joel Embiid, it hasn't impacted them so far. He's taken a good amount of jumpers. He's not really getting to the rim like he should, but this is just a part of the package that Joel Embiid does have. But I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you think that the Sixers are playing well? Could they be playing better? What would you like to see more of before the end of the first half? I'd like to hear your thoughts. I really would. We have 2 games already in halftime. Utah is down 62-56 in Cleveland. And Indiana, the Pacers, they're beating the Charlotte Hornets 71-60 in halftime in Indiana. And then Miami taking on the Orlando Magic. There's 3:41 left in the second quarter. Miami does lead it by 9. New York, they're taking on the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn. It's 25-15. The Knicks lead it with 2:41 to go in the first quarter. And the other game that is going into the second quarter is the Denver-Toronto game at the Scotiabank Arena. The Nuggets lead it 29-20. The New York Islanders also taking on the Washington Capitals. It's 1-0 Washington. That game is on TNT. And the other hockey game that's going on, you got the Detroit Red Wings taking on the Winnipeg Jets out in Winnipeg. There's 7:34 to go. In the first period, it is scoreless in that game. So McDaniels with 19 points. He's 2 for 3 from the line, the three-point line, that is, and is 7 for 10 from the field. Bye, Santa. I love you, says Larry. Yes, sir. Anthony Towns with a dribble handoff all the way to Edwards. Anthony Edwards has been doing a good job so far. Edwards takes it to the lane, kicks it back out to Naz Reid for a far corner triple. He was left wide open, and he drains it. Edwards gets the assist, and that's what the Ant-Man does. If he's not making his shots, you got to watch out for his passing game. 51-49. Tyrese Maxey gets the ball stripped, but there's a foul called. There'll be a reach-in foul on Minnesota. And Tyrese Maxey will go to the line to shoot a couple of foul shots as the Timberwolves are over the foul limits. So Edwards has 12 points. He's 4 for 6 from the field. It's been a quiet 12 points for him, though. Karl Anthony Towns made a little bit of noise in that first quarter. He does have 11 points and 7 rebounds. But the only one that's really been going off for Minnesota is Jaden McDaniels, who has 19 points. Embiid and Maxey have 21 points in this quarter. The rest of the team just has 3. Keep that in mind. First foul shot is good by Maxey, and the second one is good. Mike Conley got the personal foul called on him. That's just his first personal foul. 53-49, Naz Reid for 3 with nobody on him, and it's just good. Naz Reid just doing a good job with the 3. The 24-year-old from LSU. Maxey trying to answer back with a 3 of his own, and that goes in. Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid just carrying the load for Philadelphia in this second quarter. Alexander Walker gets the ball intercepted by Harris. Harris to Oubre Jr., and he'll take it to the basket and finish on the left side of the cup. A little underhanded scoop by Kelly Oubre Jr., and Harris gets the dish. McDaniels trying to dribble around Embiid. Mike Conley gets it on the far corner, now being guarded by Embiid on the perimeter. A bounce pass to Anthony Towns. Towns back to Conley, who lets it fly, and he drains it. Lots of threes being made now. We have a 3-point shootout going on at the Wells Fargo Center. 1:40 left in the first half. Maxey with a pass to Harris, and they'll swing it around the timeline. It goes into the hands of Melton. Melton to Embiid. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid at the foul line being double-teamed by Karl Anthony Towns. He pulls up for a foul line jumper. Oh, my goodness! Nothing but net, and it was all contested. You could have blindfolded him, and he still would have made it. And we have a turnover called on the other end by Minnesota. 60-55. How on earth did Joel Embiid make that shot? Maxey to Melton. Melton inside to Oubre Jr., and he goes up with a little runner, and that's good. Tobias Harris thought he was maybe going to pass it inside to him, and Kelly Oubre Jr. got off a little right-handed baby hook, and that's good. 62-55. 1 minute to go in this second quarter. Sixers up by 7. Edwards being double-teamed. He's trapped at the logo. Finds Naz Reid. Reid all the way to McDaniels on the near corner. Now he's on the baseline. Pulls up for 2 over Embiid. No. Edwards gets it stripped, and it's stolen away by Harris. We have a tumbling on the floor. It's a 3-on-3. Oubre Jr. trying to take on Harris, and we have a charge called. DeAnthony Melton is the one that collided with Anthony Edwards, and boy, oh boy, he is in a lot of pain, and he cannot get up. It's that left knee. Oh, boy. He's going to try to get helped up by Maxey. He is hobbling, and it is not good whatsoever. He is putting a little bit of pressure on it, and we have a timeout called. Boy, that would be a huge loss if the Sixers were to not have DeAnthony Melton. He got tripped up by Edwards. It was away from the play in that whole scheme of the action. Timeout called. 44.9 seconds left in the second quarter. Wow. DeAnthony Melton went down hard and stayed on the floor for a while. He's walking to the locker room very gingerly with help, according to Paul Hudrick. It did not look good. This is why we have Twitter open now, because that's how we get our news as well. Wow. What a game so far, but that is, man, they'd be without Melton, and they'd be without Covington, and Batum. That's tough. That is tough. Wow. Melton had to be helped off the court during the timeout. This is according to Keith Pompey. After falling hard to the court, tangled up with a T-Wolf. I think it was Edwards. No, it was Jaden McDaniels. That's who it was. His knee just banged. Ooh, man. His right knee just banged with Jaden McDaniels before he took a jump shot. 44.9 seconds left in the second quarter. The Timberwolves have it. Anthony Towns at the top of the key trying to take on Embiid, and the foul is made, and Anthony Towns converts. Joel Embiid trying to play good defense, but he just got a piece of Karl Anthony Towns on the right hand, and he'll go to the line for one more. Sometimes it's just really hard to stop this guy because he can be very dominant. So Embiid does get called for the shooting foul. Karl Anthony Towns with 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist in this game. He is 5 for 9 from the field, 35.2 seconds to go. And Anthony Towns will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. It is 62-57. Kyle Anderson will step in for Naz Reid, and Nickel Alexander-Walker will sub in for Mike Conley. The foul shot is up, and it goes in. So both teams exactly in the bonus. 35.2 seconds to go in the second quarter. Sixers will pick the basketball up. I can't see where it is. Okay, so they finally pick it up at half court. Maxey kicks it out to Morris Sr. Morris Sr. steps back, pulls up for two. It's good. He was at the three-point line on the near corner, then just stepped in, took about 2 dribbles or so, and just hit a jumper off the dribble. 64-58, 5 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Anthony Edwards being guarded by Kelly Oubre Jr. at the half-court logo. He has to pass it now. He'll bounce pass it to Anderson on the near wing. He'll take it to the top of the key. He's looking for a dribble handoff. He finds Anthony Towns. 5 seconds left to go. Anthony Towns trying to buzz his way in, and he's aggressive again. 64-60, 7 seconds left to go. Maxey has it. Heads past half court. Thinks about taking the three. Pump fakes. Pulls up for 3. No good. Anthony Edwards pulls up for a prayer. It's up, and it just does not go in. The basketball gods say no, and that's going to do it. Very physical basketball so far by both of these teams. Hopefully, DeAnthony Melton is all right. He just went back into the locker room. But we are going into halftime. Sixers have a 4-point advantage over the 20-5 Minnesota Timberwolves. Great. Wow. That, gotta be honest, that was our best first half that we've ever called. I think that was our best. I was actually going back and I was listening to the tape from some of the games that we did last year for Sixers games. We weren't even talking as fast as we are right now. And it's very distinct. It's very, very descriptive, but also very, what's the right word? What's the right word? I can't think of it. Sup, all? How the Sixers looking in the first half? I think that they're looking fine. Some people, I think, are thinking otherwise, that Joel's having a good game, but everybody else is struggling. Embiid and Maxey have scored 20 points each, and look, this is the second game in a row where they're not getting a lot of contributions from other guys, unfortunately, but sometimes you just have those games, and Minnesota, I'm not going to give you any excuses. Analytical, no, it's not that word. Concise, that's the word I was looking for. Analytical too. Yeah, I guess that you can say that we've been pretty analytical tonight as well. But it's great. All right, hit that thumbs up button, guys, and let's get those likes up. Let's get the likes up. We need one more subscriber to get to 1,580. What are you all waiting for? I'll give you this content for free. We got 43 lovely people on here watching and only 28 likes. That is wrong. That is messed up. And we definitely want to capitalize on our mistakes because that's what we do on here, guys. 36 points were scored by both teams in that second quarter. Sixers have a 4-point lead over Minnesota. The Sixers are 18-8. They are second in the Atlantic Division. And they're one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they have the best record in the Western Conference. They're 20-5 coming into today. So as we take a look at the box score, Karl Anthony Towns has 16 points. He's 6 for 10 from the field, 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. He has 7 rebounds. And, well, at the end of the second quarter, he seemed like he was being more physical, and he was taking on Joel Embiid a little bit more, driving it into the lane, going up with that right hand, and just drawing the contact as well. He does have 2 personal fouls. Actually, both of his fouls were in the first quarter, along with Rudy Gobert. Jaden McDaniels having a very good and explosive first half. He had 19 points, 2 rebounds. He was 2 for 3 from beyond the arc, just missed a wide-open 3. And he's 7 for 11 from the field as well. But overall, when you just take a look at the team stats so far, the Sixers, they're shooting 50% from the field. Minnesota's shooting 52.5% from the field. The Sixers, they missed their first 4 threes, and now they're 6 for 14. So ever since then, they're 6 for 10 and shooting 60% from downtown. They got off to a very slow start. They couldn't score within the first 4 minutes of the game. It took them a while for them to get their first field goal attempt. And now they're just doing a much better job. Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid really led the way in that second quarter and were able to help the team go up to 36 points. And hopefully they get more contributions from other people. If you are just tuning in, there is no Nick Batum tonight, and there's no Robert Covington as well, and it remains to be seen if we'll have DeAnthony Melton return for the second half. So that should be interesting for sure. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, Algo Gang, do your thing. We need one more subscriber to get to 1,580. I hope you guys will become a part of our Play-by-Play with JJ family. The name is Jason Joseph, all right? We've been coming on here for literally a year. Actually, 2 days ago was our year anniversary of starting Play-by-Play with JJ. I don't know if I have applause on here. I probably should. Maybe I have an applause button on here. Let's see. Do we have an applause button on here? I don't think we do. We have a cricket sound. We have a snoring. We have a telephone.
The number you've called is disconnected.
Okay. That's not it. But that's a good one. I like that one. But anyhow, yeah. So that's been very awesome. I started this channel a year ago, and look at us now. We are at 1.579 subscribers, so that's pretty awesome. 1.579K. So it's great. I started this channel because I wanted to go into sports broadcasting, and I was interning at NFL Films. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, Will. And the great Scott Fransky is the one that told us that we got to get reps. It's all about getting reps on here, calling games, doing a whole entire baseball season. And, if you want to call different sports, you just got to get yourself experience, and you really got to focus. And just go into the batting cage, which is right here. Go to shoot around, which is also right here, figuratively speaking. And that's what we do, guys. That is what we've been doing for the last year or so. Let's see. What do we have? Do you think Springer will get some time with who's all missing? Probably, Dark. It depends. We have to see what the report is on DeAnthony Melton. The injury did not look good, I will tell you that. It took him a while to just put pressure on that right knee. So I know he's getting evaluated right now as we speak, and hopefully he can return to the game. That would be really nice, but we'll have to just wait and see, guys. But Springer should be out there in the second half, especially for his defense, for sure. And then controller down. Man, Joel Embiid almost got murdered at the rim. I mean, hey, Anthony Edwards did not do a good job at finishing the job. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was fouled, but he just missed it, man. And Embiid, it's not easy to do that against a 7'2" big man. It's really not. We got a donation from our boy DFJ. What's going on, my guy? We won't play that again. We will not play that again. I will have to get rid of that one. That was just a little cheer, but I don't like that. It sounded like it was static. Oh, man, so true. Yep, it is true. Sometimes it's just really hard when you're going up against a really big guy. And, guys, let's give Joel his flowers, man, because I think that we all take him for granted, and we keep forgetting about this fact. This dude, who's playing at the highest level right now, guys, this dude did not even pick up a basketball until he was in ninth grade. He wanted to play soccer. He wanted to play volleyball. He was really tall and athletic, and he was really lanky. But he didn't pick up a basketball until he was in ninth grade. And he studied Hakeem Olajuwon. You know, he modeled his game after him. And Kobe Bryant as well. And then he comes over to the U.S., and he goes to Kansas. He goes to Montverde Academy for high school, and then goes to Kansas for 1 year. Deals with a lot of injuries, and look at him right now. He is one of the best players in the NBA, and you do have to respect with how far he has come and the journey that he has made, even though the critiques will always be that he hasn't won a championship yet. I get that, but how many people can say that they picked up a basketball when they were in ninth grade and yet not only made it to college, but made it to the NBA and is considered to be one of the top 5 players that's playing right now? And he's a big man. Like, we need to think about that. Like, when you think about the whole totality of Joel Embiid, it is just insane what he's able to do. The Delaware Bluecoats, I wanted to talk about them, man. They were able to take care of business today. Terquavion Smith had himself a really good game, and Darius Baisley went off as well. Wanted to give you more of the final score and break down more of that game in just a little bit. I actually got to call games for the Delaware Bluecoats, in case you guys did not know. I'm trying to see if there's a way that we can actually go to the Chase Fieldhouse sometime before the end of the season and actually get to call a game there, because I think that would be so cool if I just got to go back and do that. That'd be really, really awesome. But, yeah, let's take a look at the Bluecoats scoreboard. But, yeah, DFJ, thanks so much for the donation again, my guy. Seriously, I really do appreciate that, man. That was really, really nice. If you guys would like to donate to the channel, feel free to leave the super chat down below. You can also donate to my Venmo or my PayPal. The links to that are in the description. They're also pinned in the live chat as we speak. All right, but as we have 26 people on here, I want to hear what your thoughts are, man. I want to hear what you guys think that the Sixers need to do a better job at in the second half. I'll tell you one thing that they got to do a better job at before we break down the Bluecoats game. They got to do a better job at rebounding the basketball. They really do. You knew that Minnesota was going to be a very physical team, but at the same time, you're getting out-rebounded 21-16. 21-16. All right? Sixers are making a lot of shots. Both teams are actually making a lot of shots, but literally, Joel only has 5 rebounds, and Harris has 4. But that's it. Melton had 3, and we don't know if Melton's going to be returning or not, so that's something that we have to keep our eye out on. But they got to do a better job at rebounding. And then before we get going, all right, I wanted to make sure that we talked about the Bluecoats game. So the Delaware Bluecoats, the NBA G League affiliate of the Philadelphia 76ers, they were able to get another win today, and they did a very good job tonight. So they play on Thursday against the South Bay Lakers, but they beat the Texas Legends earlier today, 133-129. So they did lose their last game against the Long Island Nets. That is the Brooklyn Nets, G League affiliate. But the Delaware Bluecoats did a very good job tonight. Again, Terquavion Smith and Darius Baisley able to each score 40 points. Smith actually had 40 points, 6 threes made, and 4 rebounds. So this Bluecoats team and the Sixers are very, very stacked. So, Controller Down says, you took the words right out of my mouth. That's a great song, by the way, by Meatloaf. If you guys don't like 80s music, what are you guys doing, man? You took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, it's such a good song. Defense, we need to do a better job at closing out the lanes. Yes, we do. and I think that they can fix that. It just sucks because I'm not giving them excuses, but that's also what Robert Covington does. That's also what Nick Batum does as well. So, and DeAnthony Melton kind of does that as well to a point. But getting rid of the passing lanes is something that I do think that this team has to do a better job at, and they got to clean that up. And they got to do a better job at closing the lanes as well. But, yeah, they got to come out strong in the second half. I would like to see them be very explosive from the three. I want to see Embiid be more aggressive. I love the jump shots he's taking, and I love that he's making the shots and he's being assertive and going to the foul line. But have him try to go to the rim a little bit more, and then just the shooters just got to do a better job, and it just can't be just Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. Somebody else is to answer the bell, and I'd like to see Kelly Oubre Jr. go off. I think that'd be great. But, yeah. All right, I'm going to take a very quick step off. I got to go downstairs for just 1 second, but I will be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back for more 76ers basketball here on Play-by-Play with JJ. I'll have to do that when we have a timeout. So that's what we'll do. I have to go downstairs really quickly after there is a timeout called. So, but the Sixers, they lead at 64-60 as we go into half number 2. Jaden McDaniels has been doing a very good job at shooting the rock for Minnesota. He has 19 points, which is a career high in any half for him. He's 7 for 11 from the field, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. And their second leading scorer is Karl Anthony Towns. He has 16. Anthony Edwards in 19 minutes. He has a quiet 12, but he's 3 for 3 from the line, 4 for 7 from the field, and 1 for 1 from downtown. The Sixers have 2 points that have 2 guys that have 20/20 vision, literally tonight. 2 guys that have 20 points each, and that's Embiid and Maxey. They have each scored 40 total points combined of the Sixers 64. As we start off half number 2, Maxey going from left to right, and the Sixers will be operating from left to right. And the Timberwolves will be going from right to left. So Embiid has it on the low block. Takes a jab step over Gobert, pulls up for 2, and it's nothing but net by Joel Embiid, just picking up where he left off in the first half. 22 points by the big man, and we just got started with the second half. Mike Conley lets it fly for a triple. And Maxey and Embiid almost collided with each other as they were trying to get the rebound, but Embiid comes up with it, and he gets it. Maxey running into the lane, steps back, and he gets called for a travel as he picked up that. He actually took about 3 steps or so. So it'll be another Sixers turnover. They got to do a better job of cleaning that up because if there's any team in the league that can really make you pay off of turnovers, it's Minnesota. 11:10 to go in the third quarter. Edwards being trapped. He's double-teamed. Karl Anthony Towns for 3, left wide open. And Kit Kat does it again. 66-62. Anthony Towns doing very well from beyond the arc. He's 1 for 2. Now actually 2 for 3. 66-62. I beg your pardon. He's just 1 for 2. 10:45 left to go. And we have a shot that's missed by Minnesota, or by the Sixers. And Edwards on the other end trying to answer back. Count the bucket and 1. So he gets the shot to fall. And Embiid is guilty for committing the foul. So that makes it a 66-64 ball game. DeAnthony Melton has a left thigh contusion. This is according to Derek Bodner. And he will not return, according to the Sixers. So that is tough. Derek Bodner, of course, a guy who covers the Sixers for Fly Sports and The Athletic as well in Philadelphia Magazine. 66-65 is the score. 10:30 left in the third quarter. Maxey pulls up for a triple. It goes in and out, and Karl Anthony Towns with his 8th rebound of the game. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Edwards at the foul line, kicks it out to Towns. Towns back to Edwards. Edwards pulls up over Embiid, kisses it off the window, and the Minnesota Timberwolves have taken the lead 67-66. They're on a 7-2 run. Embiid going up against Gobert, tries to ISO, kicks it out to Oubre Jr. Kelly Oubre Jr. working around the screen and gets the ball stripped by McDaniels. It's stolen away, and Oubre Jr. gets called for the foul. Good defense by Jaden McDaniels as Kelly Oubre Jr. got tripped up off the dribble as he wanted to ISO over a defender. And there's a turnover by Philadelphia. Already 2 fouls committed, and we're not even 3 minutes through this third quarter. Edwards on an island all by himself, hands it off to Towns. I don't know why he did that. Towns tries to go into the lane, lost his dribble. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be Sixers basketball as it goes to the Sixers baseline. Sixers going from left to right, and the Timberwolves going from right to left. Beverly has it. He'll inbound it, or he'll find Maxey. Tyrese Maxey works towards the left side, tries to go up with a finger roll finish, and that's just a little bit too strong. Edwards for 3 off the dribble. That's too strong. Gobert with the putback. That's good. And the Sixers just cannot box out. Embiid was right there, and he couldn't box out Rudy Gobert. You got to do a better job at crashing the glass. 69-66, 9 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Maxey gets the handoff by Beverly. He backs up to the logo, being guarded by Conley. Goes over towards the left side. Maxey finds Oubre Jr., who catches, shoots, fires, and that's off the mark. Edwards played solid defense. Give him a lot of credit. Conley leaped up for the board. Edwards trying to put Embiid all on an island. Now he's being guarded by Oubre Jr., steps back, pulls up. It goes in and out, and Karl Anthony Towns grabs his miss and goes up with the loose chains. And, well, he's able to cash it in as he just leapfrogs over Anthony Edwards in a celebration mode. 71-66, an 11-2 outburst to start off the third quarter. And we'll be right back after this Sixers timeout. An 11-2 run to start off quarter number 3. And that's not what the doctor ordered for the Sixers. That's not what they asked for. Again, no DeAnthony Melton for the rest of this game, as he is out with a left thigh contusion, according to the Sixers. It was tweeted out by Derek Bodner, who's done an awesome job as a beat writer for the Sixers. So, no, I almost said no Derek Bodner. No DeAnthony Melton, and of course, no Robert Covington, and no Nick Batum. We're going to take a sip of water. All right, cool. Starting the second half like the first half. Yep. Not good. You can't sleepwalk against this team. This is a must-win for the Sixers. They have to come out strong. They gotta win this game. This is a very big game for the Sixers. They need to show the rest of the league that they are what they should be in regards to their record, and that they can beat some of the top teams in the league. So this is a playoff type of a game for the Sixers, for sure. 71-66, Timberwolves lead it by 5. Can the Sixers go on a run here? Oubre Jr. gets the ball loose. He comes back up with it, tries to pass it to House Jr., and now hands it off to Maxey. Maxey's at the logo. Kelly Oubre Jr. almost lost the basketball, gets screened by Maxey. A bounce pass that's intercepted and stolen away by the Timberwolves, and a two-point shot goes up by Conley. It's no good, but the follow-through is good again. And the Minnesota Timberwolves just continue to do a good job with the transition game so far in the second half. 8 second chance points by Minnesota and only 2 by Philadelphia. House Jr. trying to find Embiid. Embiid gets it. Almost was fouled by Gobert. He's at the three-point line now, steps up towards the foul line, goes up for 2, and it goes in. Didn't even hit the net. It just hit the back of the rim, and it goes in. 73-68, and Embiid now just over 24 points. He has 24, actually, exactly. So 2 dozen by the big man. Conley gets his defender to buy on a little pump fake, goes up with a runner, a little teardrop, and that's into. Sixers just cannot close out in the lanes, and they've been turning the ball over so far to start off the second half. 7:15 left to go. Sixers trail by 7. It's 75-68. Maxey finds Embiid. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid on the far wing at the three-point line. Steps, dances, pulls up for 2. It's short again. More iso ball by Embiid, and a lot of lack of ball movement. Edwards trying to go up against Joel. Good job by Embiid to protect the rim, and Kelly Oubre Jr. grabs the rebound. Oubre Jr. back to Joel. He'll hand it off to Harris. Harris takes it to the cup and slams it home. Tobias Harris parting the Red Sea, and he just nails it at the rim. 6:35 left in the third quarter. That's the Tobias Harris we all know and love. Mike Conley will hand it off to Anthony Edwards. Edwards trying to take it to the baseline, gets the ball stripped by Oubre Jr. He still retains the possession. Karl Anthony Towns trying to take on Tobias Harris. Harris deflects it out of his hands. It goes out of bounds on the near baseline, and it'll still be Minnesota basketball. So Tobias Harris, who would have been cooked by Karl Anthony Towns had he have drived it into the lane, good job just tipping the basketball out of bounds over towards the near baseline. There's 3.2 seconds left on the shot clock. Minnesota gets the inbound. Anthony Towns being guarded by Marcus Moore Sr. No seconds left on the clock, and a shot clock violation is called on Minnesota. Good job by the Sixers to lock all windows and doors on the defensive side. 6:08 left in the third quarter. Sixers trying to go on a little run here. Harris taking on Jaden McDaniels on the low block. Pulls up for 2. Just a little bit too strong. Oh, he had him beat. Karl Anthony Towns comes away with his miss, and Nickel Alexander-Walker has it. A bounce pass to Karl Anthony Towns. Towns taking on Harris. Now the double team comes. Embiid comes in for help. Alexander-Walker kicks it back out to Edwards. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Edwards for 3, and that goes in and out too. Embiid with an outlet pass all the way to House Jr. House Jr. back to Maxey, back to Embiid. Embiid at the foul line trying to dribble and find his way over Gobert. It's good! He takes it right to the rim and finishes on the right side of the baseline with the underhanded scoop. 75-72. What can't Embiid do? 5:25 left to go. We do have a stoppage in play. I don't know if a technical foul is going to be called or not. Lots of contact was made. Marcus Morris Sr. gets a tech called on him, and I can't seem to understand why. Maybe he had a little exchange with the ref, and the foul shot is good by Ant-Man. It's 76-72, 76ers down by 4. And now the Timberwolves will inbound it from the 76ers baseline, so they have a full court to go here to try to make a bucket. Edwards gets the inbound. He's being double-teamed in the backcourt. Edwards on the near wing, or on the far wing, I should say. as he'll dribble it out all the way towards the far wing from the three-point line. Now taking on Daniel House Jr. Double teams coming again. Embiid on him. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and a bounce pass inside to Gobert, and Embiid could not close him out. That's the thing about the double teams, is that if you pull it up too soon, a backdoor cut to the basket could cost you. Harris dribbling into the lane, trying to dunk it, and goes up with it. No, Embiid with the loose change puts it back up and in. So he converts and is able to get that one to fall. 78-74, Embiid with 28 in the game. There's a shot that goes up, and they're going to say it was a foul on the floor called on Tyrese Maxey. All right, I want to hear from you guys, man. Comment your thoughts down below. We got 36 people on here watching. It's really quiet here in the chat. It is so quiet. I want to hear from you guys, man. What do the Sixers have to do to end this third quarter here? Tyrese Maxey does have 4 fouls. You got to watch out for that. You might want to think about taking them out right now with 4:38 to go in the third quarter and save them for the fourth. Edwards trying to take it into the lane as he'll step back, pull up, and fire the two over Daniel House Jr. Just too easy. Edwards now with 18 points. He's scored 6 in this quarter alone. Maxey hands it off to Embiid. Embiid at the foul line, dribbling over Rudy Gobert. Pulls up for 2 again. Count the bucket and 1. Rudy Gobert with another foul, and Joel Embiid has been owning that matchup against the defensive center himself. Again, not going to the rim, just getting tangled up by Gobert, and just drains it, nothing but net from the sweet spot. This is just unbelievable what he does. And if you were to just watch it, the experience of just getting to witness this man on a night-to-night basis is absolutely a joy to watch. 4:16 to go in the third quarter. Embiid going to the line for one more, trying to get 30 points, and he does. 30-8 by Embiid, and 3 assists as well. 1 steal and 1 block on the defensive side of the basketball. And Rudy Gobert with 4 personal fouls, so he'll probably won't come back in until the fourth quarter. Anthony Towns goes up with a 2. It was a jumper, and Embiid comes away with his 9th rebound. House Jr. on the other end trying to find the rim, and he'll take it right there, but it's just too strong. Alexander Walker inside outside for a wide open 3 that's up and in by Ant-Man. 83-77, 23 points by Minnesota in this quarter alone, and the Sixers have only put up 15 points. As Embiid spins, rolls to the basket, goes up with it, and he's fouled again. That's the 4th and 1 tonight by Joel Embiid as he's putting the team on his back. Climb on my back, he says. I got a big one. 83-79, and they'll go to the line for one more. Oh, I should have let it breathe there, but all right, whatever. Okay. 23 points by Minnesota and 15 by the Sixers. Joel Embiid has scored a majority of them in this third quarter. Harris will sub out for the Sixers as we have a couple of substitutions. KJ Martin will come in for Philadelphia. Anthony Towns, that's another foul called on him. And Embiid now with 33 points. He's 11 for 11 from the line. Towns now with 3 personal fouls. 34 points by Embiid. He has scored 14 of the 16 points by the Sixers in this quarter. Alexander Walker kicks it out to Naz Reid for a near corner 3, and a long rebound by Patrick Beverley, who's off to the races. He'll stop the tempo down and slow things down. He's on the near wing, a bounce pass inside to Embiid. Embiid trying to take Reid the Septa, and he goes up with a reverse dunk. Joel Embiid is unstoppable tonight at the Wells Fargo Center. Give the big man 16 points in this quarter alone. This is unbelievable. He is putting on a clinic. Naz Reid, not much you can do as he takes it to the baseline. He was on the low block, and not even Shaq could do that. Timeout called by Minnesota. Whew, my gosh. Sixers are on fire. Joel Embiid is on fire. What are you talking about? It's not the Sixers. It's Joel. My gosh. This is like an MVP performance by him so far. Who else is still here in the chat? Let me know. How pumped up are you? It's literally the Joel Embiid show. That's what you're tuning into, guys. It's the Joel Embiid show. It's a fun one when they're winning. That's his 13th straight game with 30 or more points. In Beast, DFJ says. I'm happy DFJ's still here. Shout out to DFJ. Shout out to all y'all that are still here. Even if you're quiet in the comments section. We got 34 people watching. Oh, we need 2 more likes, guys, to get to 30 likes. MVP. Wait. Do I have it? No. Oh, I thought I had it. Don't I have the MVP chant? Oh, I had it before. I guess I got to get it back because I had all these Sixers calls. Okay. I think I had it before. Yeah, I did. I lost it. No. I have the bell. I don't even have the foul shot music. I got to get that back. Once, kind of like when the Phillies were going on their run last year, like in the playoffs, towards the end of the season, we're going to do this now with the Eagles. We will be playing more Eagles sound effects, and we'll be doing that for the Sixers once the playoffs are near. So we'll have the foul shot music, the little down, excellent. And we'll have more of that stuff. MVP, man. MVP. Oh, man. This is incredible what he is doing. 83-82. The Sixers do have 3 timeouts left, and Minnesota has 5. 8:48 p.m. Eastern Time, and there's 3:13 left to go in the third quarter. Embiid has 36 points and 9 rebounds tonight. He has scored 16 of the Sixers' 18 in this quarter. Kyle Anderson gets the inbound. He'll find Edwards. Edwards on the far wing. Pulls up for 2. It goes in and out, and Joel Embiid with a double-double. 10 rebounds and 36 points for Embiid tonight. Patrick Beverley will dribble over towards his right side. He'll take it to the lane. Goes up with a high arcing runner. And finally, somebody else besides the MVP scores. And the Sixers lead at 84-83. Embiid playing good defense on the other end, but Kyle Anderson gets the friendly bounce. It was a high arcing runner with the right hand over Embiid. Beverly gets a screen and gets Embiid to buy in. Beverly at the Toyota sign trying to go up against Anthony Edwards. He'll bounce pass it inside to KJ Martin, and Martin can't finish it, but he's fouled by Karl Anthony Towns. KJ Martin trying to be explosive as he provides a lot of bounce for the 76ers team. So the first NBA player with 12 straight games of 30 or more points and 10 or more rebounds since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did it in 1972 belongs to Joel Hans Embiid. Just an incredible athlete. 85-84, first foul shot by KJ Martin. It is no good. KJ Martin, the one big Achilles heel about his game is that he is very poor shooting from the foul line. This would be for the tie if he drains this one. 2:16 left in the third quarter. Joel Embiid is just been an absolute menace tonight on both ends of the court in case you're just tuning in. This is for the tie. KJ Martin puts it up, and he drains it. We're locked in at 85 apiece. 2:15 to go in the third quarter as we're coming down the home stretch in this quarter alone. Anthony Edwards having a staring contest with Patrick Beverley. Now KJ Martin's on him. He's been a very good defender for the Clippers and the Sixers. Edwards goes over towards his left side, tries to take it to the lane. Daniel House Jr. strips it. It goes into the hands of Jaden McDaniels. McDaniels grabs the rebound, puts it back up, and puts it in. 87-85. Almost said KJ Martin. Second chance points again by Minnesota. It's 87-85. They lead it by 2. Sixers down by 2. Morris Sr. will find Patrick Beverly. A screen gets set by Embiid. Beverly bounce pass inside to KJ Martin. KJ Martin with a finger roll finish. It's good. They could not box him out over towards the rim. Less than 90 seconds to go as we're just about ready to end the third quarter. 120. Kyle Anderson kicks it out all the way to Anthony Towns, and he throws it away. Karl Anthony Towns throws it away as the intended receiver again was supposed to be Conley, and it goes out of bounds towards the near sideline. Sixers could take the lead with a 2 or a 3. 1:13 to go in the third quarter. House Jr. gets it. He goes over towards the far side. Bounce pass to Beverly. Beverly to Embiid. He's had the hot hand in this quarter. Embiid, fadeaway jumper. Oh, it goes in and out. The basketball gods say no, and Edwards gets the rebound. 55 seconds to go in the third quarter. Edwards will slow the tempo down. A bounce pass to Naz Reid. Reid all the way to Karl Anthony Towns. Towns with a fadeaway jumper. It's up, and that's no good. Another rebound by Patrick Beverly. 38 seconds to go. Embiid at the top of the key trying to ISO over Anderson. He spins. He fades. He finds House Jr. House Jr. back to Embiid as he lost his step. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. He's being double teamed now. Embiid goes into the lane, and he throws down the sledgehammer. Oh, my goodness. Hercules in the building tonight. He hears the MVP chants, and he'll go to the line for one more. 38 points by Embiid. Whew. Embiid looking to go to the line to convert on his 13th foul shot of the night. 89-87, and the foul shot is up, and give the big man 39 points. 13 for 13, and the Sixers lead it by 3. 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Edwards working around the screen, finds Towns. Towns to Anderson. It's blocked by Beverly. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Patrick Beverly snuck in right behind him. Beverly parts the Red Sea. He finds Morris Sr. for 3. Buzzer beater. No good. That's going to do it. That's going to do it here in the third quarter. The Sixers lead 90-87 as we go into the final quarter at the Wells Fargo Center and a thriller of a basketball game. They'll be right back. Wow. This is probably one of the most dominant games in Joel Embiid's career. I don't know if it's the best one or not, but this is just disgusting. Oh my gosh. You know, Tyrese Maxey tonight is -8 on the court. The only person, there's actually 2 people that are in the plus category. There's actually 4. But the only starter that is a plus besides Melton is Embiid. He actually is 0 with his plus-minus tonight. This is unbelievable, man. What a monster, says Dark. We got a lot of good highlights to cut for tonight. Hopefully we get even more as we come down the home stretch of this game. Who else is still here? Comment down below. Comment down below if you're still here. Embiid with 39. Somebody just tweeted out, there goes that man. This is a heavyweight fight. Bro, it's like they have the Twin Towers. You know, the Twin Towers Part 2. The original Twin Towers were Ralph, oh my gosh. Freaking Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson. I don't know why his name slipped out of my hand, but it did. They were on the Houston Rockets, but this is like the newest version of the Twin Towers with Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, and Embiid is just taking them on one-on-one. And Rudy Gobert, he's been known as a great defensive stopper throughout his entire career. He's won Defensive Player of the Year a lot of times. And Embiid is really just pantsing him. He really is. This is great basketball. What's up, JJ? Kieran, what's going on, my guy? Embiid is out here taking names. He's up to 39 points, according to Keith Pompey, and 10 rebounds after 3 quarters. He's 13 for 13 from the foul line. He scored 19 of his points in the third quarter and has just been a menace out there. Absolutely ridiculous. What about the Spurs Twin Towers? Oh, yeah, you had David Robertson and Tim Duncan. That was pretty good, too. 90-87, and again, because the Timberwolves won the tip-off, they'll inbound the basketball and get the first possession to start off quarter number 4. So here comes the Timberwolves. It's Kyle Anderson who gets the inbound to start things off. He'll hand it off to Conley, the veteran himself. Karl Anthony Towns trying to go into the lane. He'll find Kyle Anderson, and Anderson gets the ball denied. Paul Reed is the one that comes up with the rebound. He played really good defense and got the board. Maxey has it, and he'll just hand it off to Beverly. Beverly goes over towards the right side, tries to stick it to the lane, goes up with a shot, and it's a little too strong. Anthony Towns with another rebound, outlet pass to Anderson. Anderson one more to Jaden McDaniels, and he's fouled. Marcus Morris Sr. is the one that's guilty for committing the foul, and Jaden McDaniels, who's been very quiet, who was really quiet in that third quarter specifically, only had 2 points. He'll just go to the charity stripe to shoot 2 more free throws. Kieran wants to know, do you think the Wolves will win the NBA title this year? I think that the Western Conference is so stacked, my guy, and it would be very not so safe to say that somebody definitively is going to come out. I think that the Denver Nuggets are good, and there's so many good teams out there. So McDaniels with the first foul shot, no. And the second foul shot, no either. Brickin' for chicken for Philadelphia 76ers fans. 90-87, 3 free Chick-fil-A McNuggets after this game for Philadelphia. Maxey dribbles it into the lane. Is it a turnover? Because the ball went out of bounds over towards the Sixers baseline. They're going to say it was last touched by Minnesota. And Anthony Edwards on the sideline, not so happy. And the Timberwolves are going to challenge this. It looks like they're going to challenge it to see if it was actually bounced off of Maxey or not. And we'll have a clear view in just a little bit. A timeout is called and a challenge by Minnesota. So the Timberwolves, again, in case you are just tuning in, they're 20-5 on the season. They're 9-4 on the road. They beat the Sixers the first time around. They won 114-109, and that was in November when they played at the Target Center in Minnesota. The Timberwolves have won 3 of their last 4 games, and they have just been absolutely destroying teams. They beat the Mavericks, they beat the Indiana Pacers, and the Miami Heat. And they put on some really good offensive displays, for sure. They also had, at one point, a 6-game winning streak, so they're honestly 9-1 over their last 10 games. Need better defensive rebounding, says Larry. Rudy Gobert got punked on by Joker. Well, Embiid is doing a good job at just taking him to school. He really is. All right, so let's see here. So, again, the Timberwolves will have Chris Finch, their head coach, challenge the last play to see if the ball went out on Tyrese Maxey or not. Should be interesting. We'll take a look at some other scores. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they're up by 10, 109-99. Donovan Mitchell taking on his former ball club in Cleveland with 6:14 left to go as that game is about ready to come down the home stretch. The Indiana Pacers are manhandling Charlotte 120-93 with 8:45 to go in the fourth frame. And the Miami Heat are honestly just punching their ticket against Orlando as in that game. It's 98-76. That's been a beatdown. 8:11 left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks and the Nets, it's 71-56. New York leads it in Brooklyn with 8:13 left to go in the third quarter. Denver has a 20-point lead over Toronto. It's 82-62 with 3:18 to go in the third quarter. There's 39.5 seconds left in the second quarter of the Lakers-Chicago game, and the Bulls lead at 61-53. The Atlanta Hawks are up 66-49 with 3:52 to go in the second quarter in Houston. So they've put up a lot of points, a very high offensive team. And the LA Clippers are in Dallas taking on the Dallas Mavericks. It's 24-16 with 2:43 left in the first quarter. And the final game tonight is Boston in Sacramento. They take on the Kings. That game will start at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So let's see here. So it looks like that the Timberwolves will win their challenge. So the challenge is successful, and it'll be Timberwolves basketball. There's Conley for three on the near wing, and that's too strong. Maxey comes away with the rebound. Harris, Reed, Maxey, Beverly, and Marcus Morris Sr. all out there for the Sixers. Maxey for three. Wide open, yes! Tyrese Maxey now with 23 points for the point guard. 93-87. That was a much-needed three for more separation. Anthony Towns goes up with a rudder, and he's fouled. Karl Anthony Towns does a little celebration as he hits the deck hard. Went up with the right hand over towards the near corner and just got the friendly floater to go. And he'll head back to the line for one more. Paul Reed is guilty for committing the foul. I got to tell you that Karl Anthony Towns has owned that matchup tonight. And they're probably going to need Joel Embiid to play Superman and have him come back in soon. Anthony Towns for one more. He puts it up and in, and we're back to a three-point game. The Sixers are shooting 96% from the foul line. They've made 22 of 23 foul shots. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves are 14 for 17. Maxey has it. He finds Morris Sr. on the low block trying to take on Kyle Anderson. They're both the same height. Morris Sr. now gets double-teamed. He spins, fades away, goes up with a two. Paul Reed with the offensive rebound. That was a clutch offensive rebound. Reed bounce pass inside to Maxey. Maxey breaks free, and he gets a layup to go. 5 straight points by Tyrese Maxey, who got past his defender. Anthony Towns trying to take Paul Reed to school, and Patrick Beverly wanted a charge called, but it will be a blocking foul called on Beverly. He tried to stand his ground into the lane over the big bully, Karl Anthony Towns, and unfortunately, they are going to say that Towns did get called for the charge. There we go. I didn't see the signal by the ref, but the charge is called on Karl Anthony Towns. That is a huge turnover. And that's also the 4th personal foul, so 2 more than he's done. Also, Maxey with 4 personal fouls, too. He has to be careful as well. 95-90. Sixers up by 5. 9:40 left to go in the 4th quarter. Harris with a dribble handoff to Maxey. Maxey at the logo, goes over towards his right side. A give and go to Paul Reed. Reed spinning, fading, going up with a 2. And it's a little bit short as he faded away and probably should have went up for a rebound. Karl Anthony Towns grabs his miss. That's his 12th rebound. He has a dozen of those tonight. Anderson trying to kiss it off the backboard with the right hand. No good. Beverly comes up with his miss. That was actually Reed who will hand it off to Beverly. Beverly with a lob pass inside to Harris. Harris gets his defender on skates, but Kyle Anderson's there, and he'll commit the foul. Anderson was there to back up the other defender who was trying to take on Tobias Harris, and he lost his footing. That was Shake Milton, Tobias Harris's former teammate. And with 9:12 left in the 4th quarter, Tobias Harris will finally go back to the line. He only has 7 points. He's 3 for 9 from the field. Hasn't really put up a lot of shot attempts. I'm actually going to say it was a foul on the floor. I beg your pardon. Man, that's confusing. Maxey goes up for 3 over the pass by Reed. Reed tries to grab his own rebound, and that's no good. And Karl Anthony Towns fouled once again. This is not good for Paul Reed. Paul Reed now, that's his 2nd personal foul, I believe. And Anthony Towns will inbound it. The Sixers have already committed 3 fouls. Cat is 1 playoff victory away from a playoff victory, seriously. 95-90, Sixers up by 5. Anthony Towns swings it all the way to Melton, and we have a foul called again on Paul Reed. Another one. 8:54 to go in the fourth quarter, and Nick Nurse can't believe it. He cannot believe it. That's now the fourth foul that the Sixers have allowed, and man, you got to get Joel back in there pretty soon. 95-90, 8:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. He'll inbound it to Conley. Conley swings it all the way to Reed. Reed back to Conley. Conley with a handoff to Naz Reid. Paul Reed taking on Naz Reid, and Naz Reid wins that battle. Naz Reid with an I gets over Paul Reed with a double E. 95-92. Sixers only lead it by one possession. 8:28 left to go in the fourth quarter. You got to bring Joel Embiid back in pretty soon. Tobias Harris going over towards the left side. ISO, 2-point shot from the foul line, and it's good as gold. That was a clutch two by Tobias Harris. He's going to need to come up with some big buckets if the Sixers decide not to go with Embiid. A finger roll finish by Conley on the other end as he kisses it off the left side of the backboard and gets the layup to go. 97-94. Maxey trying to take it to the rim. He'll have to be blocked. He'll hand it off to Reed. Reed back to Maxey for three. Oh, my goodness. 100-94, and Tyrese Maxey owning the fourth quarter. 7:45 left in the fourth. Conley trying to ISO over Marcus Morris Sr. A bounce pass inside to Naz Reid. Reid trying to take his defender, Kelly Oubre Jr., to the cup, and he has his way. Another mismatch as Naz Reid able to just take on Kelly Oubre Jr., a guy that's 4 inches smaller than him, all the way to the basket. Maxey gets a screen, goes up with a little teardrop, no good, and Paul Reed with the putback and the flush. 102-96, and Paul Reed is able to clean up the trash. 7:10 left in the fourth quarter. Shake Milton dribbles from the near corner, and he gets called for the travel. He tried to take it to the cup, and he took too many steps. And another turnover by Minnesota. Another one. So Maxey with 28 points. He's 5 for 10 from 3 and 9 for 19 from the field. 102-96. Karl Anthony Towns is on the bench. And the Sixers elect not to go with Embiid just yet. 7 minutes left to go. McDaniels trying to defend Maxey. Maxey goes back inside with a layup. It's up and in. And Tyrese Maxey doing a little bit of some chirping. 104-96. Tyrese Maxey picking up where Embiid left off in that third quarter. Edwards for a triple. It goes in and out, and the basketball gods say no. Harris with the rebound, leading the charge on the other end. He'll slow the tempo down. Tyrese Maxey has it. Give him 10 points in this quarter alone. Reed gets the little dribble handoff by Maxey. They'll swing it around the timeline. Maxey has it back, pulls up for a triple, and it's airballed. Paul Reed trying to get the rebound. Edwards lost it. Let's see if it'll be Sixers basketball. I don't think so. Paul Reed, give him credit because he tried to strip it out of Anthony Edwards' hands. And Paul Reed wants to review this. And now Embiid comes back into the game for Paul Reed. And the Sixers, I believe, are going to challenge this. They will challenge this. So Maxey tried to go up with a 3. And Anthony Edwards, oh yes, he lost it. He got the rebound. Reed stripped it out of his hand. And it went out towards the near baseline. And the Sixers are going to challenge this. They will definitely challenge this for sure. There's a defensive rebound. Is Embiid in foul trouble? Joel Embiid comes back in. He just has 3 personal fouls, so no. KJ Martin will also step in for Paul Reed. So they go with KJ Martin over Jaden Springer. I guess Jaden Springer's not available tonight. I thought that he was, but all right. I guess not. What a ball game, man. This is our best call that we've had this season. Wow. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Matt Veazey said, quote, Tyrese Maxey is so good at basketball. That is all I have to say. Shout out to Matt Veazey on Twitter, man. Oh, boy. Sixers have reached the century mark. It's 104-96. I guess I got my answer about Springer, says Dark. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Tyrese Maxey slowed down the tempo of defensive rebounds to playing KJ and Springer. Okay. I think Tyrese Maxey's done a really good job in this fourth quarter. I think that's what you're saying. But, yes, I do agree with that. How about the Washington the Capitals, they're up 2-1. I almost said the Washington Wizards. 2-1, I'd say that's not even a that's not even a high-scoring basketball game, and that's just to be friendly. So it's 2-1. Islanders lead or trail by 1 at the end of the second period. The Winnipeg Jets, they're up 4-1 against the Detroit Red Wings. So, and then the Seattle Kraken play against the LA Kings tonight. The Kings are 18-6-4. They have 40 total points on the season, and Seattle's 10-14-9 with 29 points. It's 9:11 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday evening in the East Coast. It is December 20th. That is the date. So the Sixers, they tried to challenge this play to see if it last touched Anthony Edwards. It looked like it did. They're not showing the replay just yet. Paul Reed tried to go for the offensive rebound as Maxey airballed a three. Edwards had it and just lost it. He didn't get full possession of the rebound, but Paul Reed just stripped it out of Edwards' hands, and it should be Sixers basketball. That's what it should be. But Tyrese Maxey has put up 10 points in this fourth quarter and has done an incredible job as the point guard and the floor general of this ball club tonight. They're still reviewing this, I believe. They just took the headsets off, so let's see what the call is. It was a successful challenge for Nick Nurse, and the Sixers will have possession. So they get to keep their timeouts, and the Sixers will have the basketball. Nickel Alexander Walker steps in for Mike Conley. Alexander Walker just comes in. He has 4 points tonight. He's 2 for 3 from the field, and that was the right call. I don't know why it took them forever to review this. Oh, okay. They wanted to see if it touched Paul Reed's right hand last, and it got a piece of Edwards' right hand as soon as Reed took it away, or as he had his hand off the ball. We have a technical foul again, and Embiid will go to the line to shoot a foul shot. We don't know who the tech is on. 104-96, and the foul shot is good. Joel Embiid from the foul line. We've said it time and time again. This man has just been perfect, literally perfect tonight from the foul line, and has made all 14 of his free throws. Just absolutely ridiculous. 105-96, Sixers get the inbound. Tyrese Maxey has it. He's at the Toyota sign. He finds Embiid. Embiid thinks about taking the jumper over Gobert again. Oh, my goodness. It's not even funny. 107-96. And Embiid picks up where he left off, an 18-foot pull-up jumper, 42 points and 10 rebounds. Naz Reid on the near corner, being guarded by Morris Sr., now being guarded by Embiid. The ball gets stripped by Embiid. It's stolen away by Oubre Jr. And now we have a whistle called on the play. Embiid got the steal. He was credited for the steal, and I don't know what the whistle was on. I can't tell. But Joel Embiid just making a beautiful statement on both sides of the court. Oubre Jr. got fouled. He got fouled out in transition. So it's a transition foul. Oubre Jr. will go to the line to shoot a couple of foul shots, and the Sixers will get the ball back. So he goes up for one, and it goes in and out. It bounced 3 times, and the Sixers retain the possession. 107-96. 5:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers got to keep guarding the perimeter and showing their defensive prowess at the rim. Maxey gets the inbound, takes it to the lane towards the right side, goes up with the 2 and 1. Tyrese Maxey saying this is my house and I own the fourth quarter. He is absolutely animated out there as he got past Anthony Edwards, saying, I should have been the first overall pick. 109-96, Edwards gets called for the shooting foul, and now Maxey will go to the line for one more. Both Maxey and Embiid have combined to score 74 points of the Sixers 109. The foul shot is good and make that 75 points combined between the point guard and the center. The highest scoring duo in the NBA. Maxey 6 for 6 from the line. It's 110-96. 5.5 minutes left to go. Edwards tries to find McDaniels. He'll get it back. Edwards, that is, goes over towards the right side. Embiid guarding him at the perimeter, but we have a whistle. We have a whistle with 11 seconds left on the shot clock. And now KJ Martin gets called for a loose ball foul, and the Timberwolves are in the bonus. So they'll have Anthony Edwards go back to the line to shoot 2 more foul shots. Edwards tonight with a quiet 23 points. He's 8 for 17 from the field. Has not been able to get to the basket. They're actually going to send Gobert to the line because he got fouled away from the play. So have to make sure that I correct that. KJ Martin got called for a personal, and Gobert will go to the line for 2 foul shots. First one, he puts it up, and it just gets the friendly bounce. It hit the left side of the rim, and then just went to the back of the rim, danced around the right side, and it went in. So he got the very lucky bounce. Gobert, another guy that struggles from the foul line. He makes the first one by luck with the soft touch. The second foul shot is up, and he drains that one too. It hit the front of the rim, then the back of the rim, and then it just went in. So he gets the soft touch to go on 2 free throws, and the Sixers' lead has been cut down by to a dozen. 5:20 left in the fourth quarter. Maxey picks it up at half court, being guarded by Edwards. Now they'll get the defensive switch on a nice screen set. Nickel Alexander-Walker being guarding Tyrese Maxey. The ball gets stripped and stolen away. Rudy Gobert parts the Red Sea and throws it down with a flush. Tyrese Maxey with the turnover. That's not like him. He had a bad pass as he tried to get the pick and roll to Embiid. Maxey has it on the other end. This time, let's see if this is a charm. Embiid trying to go to the lane, goes up with a 2, and he gets a hard foul called. It's just a freight train coming downhill, and Rudy Gobert with another foul called on him. That, I believe, is his 5th personal foul. Embiid is the first 76er since Wilt Chamberlain in 1967 with 3 straight games of 40 points and 10 or more rebounds. Tonight he has 42 and 10. 110-100, and Embiid has been perfect from the line. The first foul shot is good. He's been Michael Jordan out there. Really, it's just a sight to see and absolutely a pleasure to be able to witness this guy on an everyday basis. Embiid will go to the line for 1 more. The foul shot is up, and that's good too. Embiid is 15 for 15 from the line. 43 points, just a +3, and now make it 16 for 16 on that second one. 112-100, 4:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Harris guarding Anthony Edwards. Edwards with the and one. It's up and in, and Anthony Edwards is down. Oh, man. That's not good. He's holding on to that right calf. Oh, man. He's in a sitting position. He's being helped up by his teammates. That's something that you don't want to see. You hope that he's okay. He took a tumbling against Embiid as Embiid landed on his right calf, Edwards that is, and Ant-Man will go to the line for 1 more. Well, he's trying to finish with the hard contact. He's just grabbing onto that right ankle, and he puts pressure on it. He'll stay in the game. The tough guy just trying to do whatever he can. 112-102. This is to cut it to single digits. It's up, and it's in. 112-103. 4:41 left in the fourth quarter as we're coming down to the wire. Still plenty of basketball left to go. Tyrese Maxey with at least 10 points in this fourth quarter. Maxey, ISO, tries to find Embiid. Embiid, roll into the lane, kicks it back out to Maxey for a wide-open triple. Too strong. And Gobert comes away with the rebound. Sixers have got to clamp down on defense and take the life out of Minnesota. Edwards for 3, fade away, no good. Tobias Harris with a great defensive stop. as he made him shoot that shot. Maxey has it. Embiid comes up with another rebound. That's now his 11th. Embiid gets the ball from Maxey. He's at the top of the key now, standing at the foul line, being guarded by Gobert. A foul line fadeaway jumper again. A Dirk Nowitzki one-footed jumper. And another timeout called by Minnesota. And Joel Embiid puts both hands up, saying, how can you stop me? 3:57 left to go. And Embiid now with 46 points, 11 rebounds, 1 block, and 2 steals tonight. That, man, some of these shots that he's hitting are just so freaking ridiculous. That's it, JJ. Get into it, brother. Get pumped. Woo! We didn't even do a trivia question tonight. That's how great this Sixers team is playing. I forgot to do a trivia question. Sixers should invite Alex Caruso, him guy, to ring the bell on Friday, says Rich Hoffman. That's funny. That is so funny. Who else is enjoying this performance? We got 50 people on here watching. Hit that thumbs up button. Algo gang, do your thing. Come on, baby. We need 19 more subscribers to give us to 1,600. I'd love to break that on Friday. That would be absolutely awesome. Joel Embiid, speaking of awesome, he's been incredible. Martin Olade Ruiz, thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. 114-103. Here's Nickel Alexander Walker with a bounce pass to Anthony Edwards. 3:48 left to go in the fourth quarter. Edwards with a bounce pass to Karl Anthony Towns. Towns back to Edwards. Sixers perimeter defense has been great. Edwards trying to take it to the cup. Embiid with the stop. Gobert loses it. It goes out of bounds. And Joel Embiid can't believe it. It looked like it was absolutely last touch by Gobert. And I'd be interested to see if the Sixers can challenge this. I don't think that they can. Nick Nurse, he does want to challenge this. He tries to signal for a challenge, and he'll get his wish granted. 3:37 to go in the fourth quarter, and let's see, after the break, what just happened. Rising Rhino, how you doing, my guy? Man, you are tuning into quite a game. If you guys are just tuning in, if you're just raiding on in, over to Play-by-Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. We go live for 76ers basketball, Eagles football, and we also do Phillies baseball as well. What does being in the bonus mean? That means that a team that gets, so there's a foul limit, so you can only commit 5 fouls. 5 fouls in each quarter. So if somebody goes over the foul limit, that means that the team that gets fouled 5 times is in the bonus. So if the Sixers get fouled 5 times, the next time that they get fouled, if they get fouled 4 times, okay, and then the 5th time comes, then whoever just got fouled gets to automatically go to the foul line to shoot 2 free throws. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Please let me know. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left as the Sixers are up by 11. I thought Embiid only dominates bottom feeders, says DFJ. He's destroying the best defensive team, and he's picking them apart like he's Michael Jordan as a center. It's just such a gift to watch this guy. I know I've said it time and time again, but 16 for 16 from the line. Tell me what center does that. Tell me a dominant center that does that. That's crazy. All right, so let's see. Okay, so the Sixers are reviewing the play. So the challenge, again, is successful. It'll be Sixers basketball. So Maxey has it at the top of the key. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey goes up with a bounce pass inside to Embiid. Embiid with a foul line jumper again. 48 points for the big man. He needs 2 more to get 50 as he's on Wilt Chamberlain level right now. 3:08 left to go in the fourth quarter. Wilt Chamberlain mode for Embiid. Edwards takes it to the foul line, a spin-away foul line jumper, and a foul is called on Tobias Harris. Harris gets called for the foul. Embiid and Maxey have combined to score 81 points tonight, and they have also 8 assists combined. So they've helped the Sixers scoring in so many different ways tonight. Edwards will go back to the line to shoot 2 foul shots. The first one is up, and it's nothing but net. 26 points by Edwards, 23 by Towns, 21 by McDaniels, who only has 2 points in the second half. He was going off in that second quarter and has been absolutely mute. The second foul shot by Edwards. It goes in and out and goes into the hands of Joel Embiid with his 13th rebound. 116-104. Embiid needs a 2 to get to 50. Maxey. That's a screen set by Embiid. Maxey tries to kick it out to Oubre Jr., who goes up with a 2. He wanted the contact. Whistles remain silent. The refs chew it up. Edwards on the other end. 116-104, 2.5 minutes left to go. Anthony Towns at the top of the key with a lob pass inside to Gobert. It's deflected and stolen away by Kelly Oubre Jr. Rudy Gobert with the butterfingers could not hold on to it, and he wanted to throw it down for 2, but the Sixers have it. Maxey takes it to the lane, goes up with a little layup. It's up and in! Tyrese Maxey with 35 points and 1. Two minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Timeout called by Minnesota again. I mean, my goodness, he's just running through a maze, just zigzagging his way into the lane over 3 defenders and just gets himself a little kiss off the backboard as he gives a little kiss to the crowd. Wow. Crazy. T-Wolves have waved the white flag, dropped 14 with 2:15 left. The bench has been emptied, according to Kyle Neubeck. So Embiid and Maxey have scored 83 points combined, which has to be the highest by a Sixers duo in quite some time. 2:12 left to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers keep all their starters out there. Timberwolves empty their bench. There's a 3-point shot by Anthony Towns. It's up and in. He's like one of the only starters that's still out there. That was actually Brown Jr., that went up with a 3. So Brown Jr. gets it to go. Troy Brown Jr., that is. Shake Milton, Luke Garza, also in for Minnesota. 118-107. Maxey to Embiid. Embiid rolling to the basket, goes up with a 2, and he's fouled. He is fouled and will go back to the line to shoot free throws number 17 and 18. Luke Garza, I mean, that's just cake for Embiid. It really is. Here comes foul shot number 17. He's 16 for 16 from the line. The first one is up, and it goes in. 49 points for Embiid. He needs one more to get to 50. 1:49 left in this game as the Sixers, if they hang on, they'll beat the 20-5 Minnesota Timberwolves at home at the Wells Fargo Center. 17 foul shots made in a row by Embiid, and he's made all 17 of them. And he has 12 rebounds. He'll go to the line for one more. He's dripping with a lot of sweat. Maxey comes out of the game. Embiid for 50. It's no good. Offensive rebound. Embiid for 2. He puts it up and puts it in. Daniel House Jr. with the rebound and another 50-point performance for the MVP. 121-107, and he goes to the Sixers bench getting all high fives. There was a foul called on the Sixers as they empty their bench now. The first foul shot is good. So Embiid ends the night with 51 points, 12 rebounds, and how about Daniel House Jr. getting the big offensive rebound for the big fella to get another 50-burger. 121 to 108. The second foul shot by Shake Milton is good. And the Sixers lead is back to 12. Both teams in the bonus, Maxey and Embiid on the bench. 1:35 left to go. Furkan Korkmaz with a runner. It's up, no good. Paul Reed with the offensive rebound. It's stripped though by Luke Garza and stolen away. Milton takes it to the lane, and it's blocked by Jaden Springer. And Paul Reed got a piece of the rock as well. They were playing like they were safeties, just covering a wide receiver, and Reed and Springer got a piece of the rock. 121-109. It's still Minnesota basketball. Garza for three. It doesn't even hit the rim. It was at the top of the key and clanked off the top of the backboard. Reed at the top of the perimeter. 1:08 left to go. Both teams with one timeout remaining. Reed throws it away. And the little dunk is up, or the little layup is up and in by Minnesota. Wendell Moore Jr., a very young fella, is able to get the two-point shot to go. 121, 111, 51 seconds to go. Paul Reed spinning, fading, rolling to the rim, and he gets the little baby hook to go. Sixers lead back up to 12. An alley-oop pass inside to Trent Brown Jr., and it goes out of bounds. It doesn't even touch Brown Jr.'s hands, and it goes out of bounds, and the Sixers are 43 seconds away from coming up with a very huge victory. 36 seconds to go. Korkmaz finds Reed. Reed rowing again, and he's fouled by Luke Garza. So Garza, wearing his bright pink shoes, it just commits his second foul in the matter of 1 minute. There's Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid smiling on the bench and just hugging each other and sending all love and high fives to one another. Reed with the first foul shot. It's nothing but net. The Sixers have put up 124 points. They have outscored the Minnesota Timberwolves 34-24 here in the fourth quarter. The second foul shot is good. Give them 35 points now. 30 seconds to go. 8 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Moore all the way back outside to Brown Jr. And it's intercepted by Paul Reed. Brown Jr. tried to find a receiver, and Reed throws it down with a reverse dunk. A 360 by him. He was in the air and went up with a 360 dunk. A bucket's made on the other end. 127-113. And that's going to do it for the Sixers as they inbound it, and they'll start shaking hands as they'll play the song at the stadium. The Sixers come out and win again in dominant fashion, all led by last year's MVP and the MVP frontrunner of this year, Joel Embiid. 51 points, 12 rebounds. He went 17 for 18 from the line. And Tyrese Maxey, his partner in crime, had 35. He made all 6 of his foul shots, went 5 for 12 from beyond the arc, and shot 50% from the field in a matter of 37 minutes. He was absolutely incredible. He did turn the ball over a few times tonight compared to what he usually does. He had 5 turnovers, but he stepped up when he had to. When Embiid needed the break, the one thing that we've always talked about over the years is how can the Sixers get by when Joel Embiid is on the bench? And, well, Tyrese Maxey answered that bell. He knew he had to step up, and he put on an MVP caliber performance in that fourth quarter too. So let's make sure that we give both players their flowers. But, man, just the dominant guy of the game has to obviously be Embiid. I want to hear your thoughts down below before we sign off. This was a very big signature win, just like Larry said. This was a signature win. This was a must-win game, and now the national media is going to honestly look at this performance tonight and say that Joel Embiid does deserve to have the front-runner status of the MVP. Great calling today, JJ. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, Kieran. I appreciate it, Dark. What a game and what a call, JJ, says my mom. I love you, Mom. Thank you so much. So here's what WIP just tweeted out, okay? This was according to Sixers stats. Active NBA players with at least 7 50-point games. Harden, Lillard, LeBron, Curry, Durant, Giannis, and Joel Embiid. So he's in a list of Hall of Famers who, when all is said and done, they're all going to be Hall of Famers. And Embiid joins that list. Great win and a phenomenal game. Wow, wow, wow. That was awesome. Hit that thumbs up button, guys, and hit that subscribe button as well. That was fun. And I hope to see you all on Friday night. The Sixers, they'll be playing against the Chicago Bulls again. We'll be covering that ball game. And then we're off until Monday. Monday, we got Eagles and Sixers back-to-back on Christmas Day. And that should be 2 fun games, 2 very critical games again. But that was great. We need one more like to get to 40. Come on, man. One more person has to hit that like button before we get off. Great call, JJ. Thanks, man. Damn good game. They can't say Embiid only scores 30-plus on bad teams now. What are they going to say now, guys? What's the national media going to say now? He literally just took the best defense in the NBA, statistically speaking, and just literally pantsed Rudy Gobert. He pantsed Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is supposed to be like one of the best rim protectors in the NBA. And he pantsed him. And he pantsed Anthony Towns, too. It's crazy. All right. I'm showing 40. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. I think we hit the 40 mark, too. Let's refresh the page and just make sure. Yes, we did. Great. Good stuff. Great, great stuff. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to sign out right now. And, man, we'll be back on Friday. I love you guys so, so much. All right? See you guys on the next one.